Alright, hello, and okay, it appears already have a few issues, so that's brilliant. Before we start, I would just quickly say thank you for gatherers, for gathers, my apologies, for the follow my friends, I do appreciate it. I'm putting friends, bear in mind it's the S there, but wow, I'm already thrown off because my fucking stream, okay, hold on, stream starting. The thing ain't fucking going. Look at this shit. Hello, Roscoe. What is it? It's not doing the pulsey thing. This is bullshit. Anyway, let's keep going on, shall we? But yes, hello everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Gravity Grip, where I introduce to you the last of our teams. As you've probably read by the title, you can see what team exactly I am referencing to, but we will be meeting the players in just a second. So in case you don't know as well, I will give you a quick explanation of Gravity Grip. So, Gravity Rip is a game that is set far in the future where, you know, things around, like, races and shit are pretty chill, or at least were pretty chill, but now they're a bit, like, you know, tense and shit, but there's one thing that everyone stands by, and that is death racing. And that's what we are all here for today, because, hey, this isn't 10 candles, and I'm not going to murder everyone. It's up to them if they die, this time. But, yeah, no, so this is basically a space racing, tabletop role-playing game made by Luke Westaway. I am a fan of this stuff, and I like playing it. And we had some interesting things happen as well a few times, so, you know. Things will be interesting. Also, my throat is a bit weird today, so voices are probably going to be a bit fucked. Yeah. We are also dealing with people who, also I believe are somewhat new to the tabletop aspect of this, and who maybe aren't quite as experienced with the Gravity Rip stuff. But, hey, we'll see what we can do. But anyway, how about we actually go ahead and meet these people right now as I go ahead and switch over to the Gravity Rip screen. There we go, lovely. So right now I am deafened and you can only see by the actual PFPs who they could be. 10k to go from May. No, it's a bit more than 10k. It's a bit more than 10k, I can guarantee you that much. But yeah, also as well, do bear in mind that during this stream I won't really be paying attention to any channel point things or any what's it called? Fuck, sorry, I've lost the name for it. Like chat elements really. I try to keep those things off for this. So whilst you might redeem it, I may not pay too much attention to it. Just want to keep you bearing in mind for that. Yeah. Cheese, if someone does actually do that, you might want to get ready to refund them, just in case, as I don't know if I switched off. And I can't check now because my only login is on Google, which, hey, I'm using the Google Chrome browser to record all the things. So, you know, oh, happy days. Anyway, how about we go ahead and say hello to our people here. Hello. Yeah, hi there. You put a booping. What? No, alright. This is already going to be interesting, but yeah, anyway, you are the people that are being dragged into this fucking stream, so how about you introduce yourself, huh? Oh, no. People, you as a person, no, the character comes later. No. Who are you, Odin? There we go. Oh, fuck's sake, hold on. Why can't things be heard? This bullshit. Okay, actually, why can't it be heard? What the fuck? I think something broke. Yep. No, this is fine. What the fuck? No, desktop audio is not muted. This is fucking weird. Sorry, give me a moment. Can someone try talking now?
Hi, talk. Me. Hello.
Oh, there you go. I think it's working now. Okay, my apologies. Okay, that was weird. It apparently reset my, fucking, desktop audio. There we go! Fucking hell, so we didn't hear your mistake, so it's fine. Introduce yourself as a person.
Perfect.
Who are the players here right now? Go!
Hi, my name is Odin. I talk like this, and this is my voice. Beep boop.
Marvelous. Alrighty. Blackski, how about you? Who are ya?
Hi. My name is Blackski, and I speak like this.
Marvelous. You've also played in some of our Tin Candle games, and you're also one of the admins of a Discord server. You're just throwing it out there.
Yes.
Good. Whatever. This is already going to be brilliant.
Goth.
I do stuff.
We have already broken 3 things today. Already my flow, the fucking stream starting, and the audio for the stream. This is going to go brilliantly. Oh dear.
This is
Lord.
going as expected.
Yeah, no, it's the Chaos Promise when it comes to these sort of streams. Alrighty. There we go. Without all being done, how about we actually get into explaining just exactly where you are and setting the scene for this session of Gravity Rip. So, as you may or may not know, everything is centered around the city of Crater City, which is basically taking over an entire planet, and this city is only for Gravity Rip racing, a prestigious sport in which you may live or die just by what you do, and by absolutely no other matters whatsoever, or totally no bullshit RNG kind of things that I may roll into things later. But for now, you are in Crater City, and you are the hot new arrivals for a team known as Thenar Operable, a very prestigious team that is currently trialing a new program called the Better Outreach Program, where they take in races from then unusual pools of possibilities. Now, in normal Thenar fashion as well, they don't need to make a scene of things. They want to get you in somewhat quiet. So as opposed to a very large limo, you're actually going in a quite sleek space Hummer, we will call it. So still very much luxurious, but not quite as much showmanship. But either way, you don't actually go to red carpet. You go around to more of the back of the hangar, the large metal and box that is the place where everything is. Wow, I am completely fucking up my words. It's fine.
Move.
Yeah, no, don't worry, it's good, it's good. Basically, hangar, big place, big square, all cars in there. Your car in there, probably. I don't know, we'll find out. You're around the back of this. It's literally just a small door, and there's someone standing out there. Now, you are in the Hummer, and who gets out first? And this also totally isn't a question to see who's going to explain their character first.
I guess I'll get that out first.
Alright then, how about you explain yourself, Klein?
My character's name is Klein Deep. He's a skeleton. God, words.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it?
He's pretty hard. I'll give you that.
Yeah,
he's a
thank you.
skeleton and a demon race. I don't know what it's called, but he's the mix of those two. He looks like a normal skeleton, but he has horns and a demon tail.
Indeed.
That's pretty much it.
Infernal. Alrighty. So, Klein, you're getting out of the car, and I'm sure that you have been followed by your other racing companion. How about we get a fill of Pablo, eh?
Hi, I'm Pablo Asskicker. I am a human who likes to wear a cowboy hat. I have some cyber machinery on me.
Mm-hmm.
I drive a fast car.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to be the calm and collected person.
Indeed. Compared to a lot of people, you're actually very calm, cool, and collected, as I'm pretty sure 4 of the people in this entire Gravity Rip saga are chaotic as fuck. So, you know, you're actually standing out there.
Being prepared will save me.
Exactly. Well, also you hope. But either way, you all get out of the car. Now, the back of the hangar is very much not being looked at by pressers at all. They're more looking towards the front. I'll also mention as well, this is about a day or 2 after the last race from Paradoxical, just for the idea of the audience who might be wondering exact time frames. So, you know, you've heard about a few of the races that have been going through, as much about the Balonus lot, the Paradoxical lot, and some of the crashes that have been happening, and some of the unfortunate incidents that have also happened. But for now, that is none of your concern, as you have an express pass in your hand, and there is a guy waiting for you at the door.
Yeah, I guess I walk up to him and ask him what I'm supposed to do.
Fair enough then. You basically walk up to them. Whilst usually you have security bots deal with the coming-ins and coming out, the person at the door is actually quite clearly of biological origin. You know, you can't quite place the alien origin of them, since whilst they are relatively human-looking, they have about 8 arms and 5 legs. They actually extend out 2 arms and go, alright mate, so I'm gonna need your ticket here, and reckon I can get you in. Here, let me take a look at that, could you?
Yeah.
Alright, sure thing. Alright. Thenar Operable, alrighty. You're one of the rich lots, are you?
You could say that thing.
Yeah, fair enough. Hey, good shit getting you in, you know. Alright, you're good, go mate, go on, get through. 3 hands pat you on the back. Alright, and you and fella. How about you? You got your pass?
Alright, Governor. I'll
Yeah,
hand
yeah,
over
yeah.
to him.
Yeah, alright, I don't know what that means, but sure enough. Yeah, no, you're same thing, Thenar too. Oh, I mean, no one else has been using this, so I guess it is only Thenar. Man, they fucking rent out the whole thing. Yeah, no, fuck it, alright, you get through. Here, take these IDs as well, that'll get you through and get you sorted. Have fun not going down the red carpet and getting your pictures taken, because that can be a fucking pain sometimes. Also, the security bot down there is a bit of a bell end. But, hey, have fun. 4 hands pat you on the back, and you are allowed to go through, and my door just opened when my dog walked in. I will be back in just a moment. Fuck's sake.
Professionalism.
I know, it's brilliant, isn't it? I shut that door.
Can I, like, do a finger gun and wink at him as I walk past?
You can, I did hear that, and yes, you can definitely do a finger gun. It's about 5 finger guns coming back at you.
Hell yeah.
But, oh dear, man, professionalism, eh? With that all being done, you are now in the hangar. Now, to set the scene, the hangar is very much a large open space kind of building. Imagine a sort of like hangar in like a spaceship, but probably double it, then double it again. There are all sorts of paddocks for all different teams, and they are usually designated different areas with their own team markings. As you know about Thenar Operable, your team color is more of an orange variety. So as you're looking around for orange, you actually immediately get called upon. You actually see a humanoid figure with a blue skin standing right by the door, almost expecting you. They sort of don't come and go, hey, you're the new races for Sunan, right?
Yep.
Right, perfect. So just to check what we got here, we have Pablo, correct?
Yep, that's me.
Alright, perfect. Good to see you, pal. I've heard good things about you. And we also have, I assume you're Angie, right? You kind.
Angie?
Yeah, Angie. Got near Angie?
Yep, my name's Angie.
Your name's Angie?
Yep.
Okay, I guess it was a malfunction. Alright. Face will make a few notes. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry about that. We got a weird ID picture for you. Yeah, oh well. Well, anyway, welcome to Thenar Operable. Hopefully you're gonna have a good time here, and hopefully everything's gonna be a-okay. As you probably know about us, we are very prestigious, and we are proud of our reputation as a to-a-books good racing team. So, whilst I could give you a brief right now, let's actually get you over to the hangar and get you your cars, shall we? Alright, come on, follow me.
Yeah, I guess we follow on.
Alright.
Indeed. They lead you over to one of the hangars. Now, usually the hangars, you can even tell in the hangar itself, the paddocks that everything is in round. There's almost a sort of class system with that. You actually go up some stairs, and you're almost, imagine like an open plan office. Your hangar is basically taking up a good 2/3 of like an open space office kind of area. As you can see, Thenar Operable is very well funded. There are multiple security checks as well when you go through. You get a few strange looks, Klein, because they look at their database and look at you, then your leader just sort of waves them through, and you are perfectly able to go through. Your leader actually says, "Oh, by the way, sorry, I've been a little bit busy. I've got Sunan in my ear. My name's Kerrigan. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'll be your team manager for a while until Sunan is more able to be chatting with you lot. I hope you don't mind. I will be doing my best to fulfill my role in the team." To sort of describe Kerrigan a bit more. They are of a humanoid origin, but with 3 eyes, blue skin, and they are wearing an orange shirt. That's what you need to know about them. But that is Kerrigan.
Okay.
Yeah, as you sort of start going through, Kerrigan is sort of like pointing out parts of Thenar, as even in the hangar themselves, whilst it's usually for the car works, Thenar takes a lot of pride in their reputation. You see multiple historical pieces about old leaders of the team and how they made it, and how even 300 years ago they started being being something completely different. They used to supply parts, but now here they are as actual racers for the Gravity Rip League. As you're sort of walking through, you start being led by paddocks, as you sort of note that there are other racers in the Thenar Operable circuit as well. A few of them start looking up and give you a few waves, but you are eventually led to your own paddock. Alright, so here's your paddock. I think you got your cars here respectfully. Yeah, no, that is strange. What is your car again, Angie, again? Can you tell me?
My car?
Yeah, what's the name of that?
I think it was called Stonks.
Stonks, okay, huh. I don't know, I'll get some, naming sorted. Yeah, tell you what, I'm gonna hand you a piece of paper. You're gonna have to do a bit of paperwork from you really quickly, but that's fine. I think it's just been a slight mix-up on your end, but that's fine, don't worry about it. Yeah, take this.
My end?
I don't know, it's just something on your side. It could have been one of the guys, doing something, maybe they just, filed the wrong piece of paper. It's fine, don't worry about it.
I didn't make a mistake.
Hey, look, no, I'm not saying you did. I'm saying on your side of things, someone might have made a mistake on your bit. Since obviously Pablo, you were fine, but for some reason yours is a bit strange. So don't worry. Here, I'm really sorry about this, but I just need you to fill in this piece of paper. Everything gets sorted. Don't you worry too much, okay?
Klein, can I just speak to you over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Take your time. I'll show you your cars in a minute.
Why are you not saying you're Klein?
Because I'm Angie for the time being, apparently. I just kind of want to see where it goes.
I'd just tell him that.
But it'd be funnier.
It could not be good.
But it'd be funny.
Yeah, no, they did say you were Angie, but, no, apparently car's different as well. I sent him the paperwork, but,
Fine.
yeah,
Look,
no,
all we're
getting it checked,
realistically doing is putting on a show for them. And if I put on a show by putting a little mix-up,
yes, Mrs. Naz,
fine.
yeah, okay.
But then the credit won't go to you, though.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
sent
can
him
be
the
two
paperwork,
people at
Mrs. Naz.
once.
Yep, understandable.
Alright.
I'll get it cleared up.
Be
Alrighty,
fine.
thank you.
Okay.
Alright, sorry about that, I had a call. So yeah, the paperwork will be sent to you, shortly, so you can get that started, but, hey, follow me, your car's just down the road here. Carrigan starts leading you over to your own paddocks, where you see your own car standing before you. So, bear in mind we already actually have the name of one of the cars, how about we get Stonks described to us?
Stonks is a beefy car. It is the biggest car you probably can see out of the CO area. It takes up probably the majority of the track. And you can't really see over it because it just completely blocks your view.
Yeah, Carrigan basically said, yeah, this used to be two paddocks, but we had to bust down the wall for this. It's a real beast, I'll tell you that much. A real goddamn unit. And it should be good at defending and holding your point, eh?
Yeah, that's what the point of the car is.
Yeah, exactly. Glad to hear it. Okay, and how about we actually hear from the Storm Striker?
Yeah. As said, my machine name is the Storm Striker. It's a little hovercraft which is quite slim and it's quite fast. It's got like two wings which go straight on. It's hard to explain really, but it's got like a little pod in the center, which I like drive from.
You know, I get you. Yeah, your one doesn't need two paddock areas. Your one is more than capable of fitting into one.
Yeah.
But yeah, you are shown your vehicle, so if you want to do anything to your cars right now, that is perfectly fine. You can take a moment to check them over or anything like that if you so desire, or to do anything like that. It's up to you.
I kiss it.
I trust that they handled it well.
Fair enough then.
Can I check my engine?
You definitely can check your engine. Give me a theory roll.
Right.
You're trying to roll above your number for theory. If you're chaotic, you're trying to roll below your number. So, yeah, I guess as well for everyone who is watching now, and also maybe for people who don't remember in the score right now, in the story mode, you have a Chaos Fury score. In order to get these numbers sorted, you basically have a Chaos Fury score. Now, what the Chaos Fury score means is how analytical or how chaotic your character is. So a higher number means that you are more likely to be very chaotic. So you need to roll below your number. Yeah, you roll 1d6. So feel free to roll that. Oh.
Yikes.
Right, and I was about to say, if you are more theory-based, you have to roll higher than your number. You have not rolled higher than your number because your number is 3.
Yep.
Okay.
Everything's fine.
So, you said you were taking a look into your engine, correct?
Yep.
Okay, do bear in mind, this is the Gravity Rip engine.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. So yeah, you basically pop open the panel that has some access to the Gravity Rip engine. With your car being a bit more on the sleeker side, it is a little bit of a squeeze, like try and get around a bit. But, you know, you sort of like just shove yourself underneath. You're taking a look around and you're just rooting around, just trying to make sure things are in position. And then you notice that it looks like something like chewed in some of the wires a bit, like, I don't know, some strange rodent type of thing. So you just quickly slide on under, you get a spanner, and you just try and tweak it a tiny bit. You know, you put in a little bit of tape, you then try and turn it around again, you then pull it out, put it back in, you try putting it back in again, you jam it back in. Oh. I think we had a slight issue. Oh. You okay there?
As per usual, keep going.
Alright, very fine. You try and put it back into the slot. You're having a bit of a hard time putting it back into the slot. You realize it's probably not too important anyway. So, yeah, it's probably fine. You know, you don't need that wire. It probably
just
won't...
lights or something like that.
Yeah. It's probably just your lights. It's probably just your hazards. Who needs hazards on a fucking car anyway? You know, like who fucking needs them? Exactly. Who needs them? I am
All
going
I
to
care
make a
about
note.
is engine power.
Okay, fair
Hey,
enough then. I am going to be making an. Actually, no, that gives you some leeway for the future when it comes to your race. It'll probably be fine. But yeah, you have serviced your engine. I'm not going to say fixed. I said you serviced. But yeah, you go over and you get that done. Carrigan is sort of waiting. You keep noticing they keep going to their ear and like talking on that. You assume they're probably talking to their upper manager, but they are waiting for you to be ready with moving on. Unless there's anything else you want to do right now, I'm more than happy to explain the next part.
I'm not doing anything.
All right, fair enough. So, in that case, Carrigan sort of comes over and is like, okay, so, we'll give you a brief of the race now. So, the race we got you settled in to really try and get your spirits lifted is actually in one of the massive herb-world cities, in one of the planets in the XZ cosmos. Do any of you know that area? No, do you?
Nope.
Alright, fair enough, that's fine. Imagine old Earth, but also it has a large amount of infestation from mechanites. So it's fine. It's actually, yeah. Oh, you have been? Yeah, no, trust me, their food is actually really nice. You wouldn't have imagined it, but just goes down so sweet. But yeah, no, you're actually gonna be racing in the capital city over there. We basically got one of the races set up there, so the light barriers are put in place, and you're going to be going building by building. You probably get a few snapshots taken of you as you go through, because the buildings are obviously lived in. But the race is going to have a lot of tight corners, bear that in mind. So that is going to be your general racing idea. Now, it would be all just well and good if you can get first place, but we do understand that sometimes first place is not always possible. But if you can get it, it's great. If you can't, however, we at least want you to be above 10th, and as going along with our Thenar Operable standards, whilst we would ask for absolutely no physical interactions, I am willing to give you guys one physical interaction if need be, as I do understand that with Gravity Rip Racing, it can get a bit bumpy out there. So if you need to try and slam someone, I understand. Just don't slam more than once. That's really the key thing here, because we want to make sure that, well, don't slam more than once.
But I have kind of a beefy machine.
Yeah, you're good at blocking. If they slam into you, then
out of my control if I hit maybe more than once.
Yeah, I understand that. You know, we do have understanding for that. You know, we understand that you are a big beast, but as long as you're not the one initiating the slam, we're okay.
Okay, but what if we could twice, maybe?
Well,
because it's such a big machine, of course. I'm just worried for your take.
Well, if you do slam twice, Sunan might be a little bit upset, but I'm sure we can at least have some leeway. I'm just doing it as a general idea that, hey, maybe get yourself get yourself prepared is all I'm saying, okay?
Okay.
Can I just
Alright.
ask?
Yeah.
You said you want us to be 10th. How many are in this race?
Oh, there's 20 people in this race, so as long as you get above half a pack, we're fine. We're not here to prove anything, don't you worry. We're just trying to get you in the race and show them that, you race by the rules is the key thing here. That's what we want to do here. Hence why the slamming thing is a thing. But, if they try slamming you and they fail and then you slam back, what are we going to say about it,
Fair enough. So
Yeah,
as long
exactly.
as we're not initiating it, we're good.
As long as you ain't initiating the slam, we are perfectly fine about it.
Alright.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Like, if someone's
I'll
trying to
write that
overtake you
down.
and then they fail, that sort of stuff, you can, by all means, give them a little nudge back. But, yeah, no, that is more than fair enough. Any other questions about that? Because if not, I'll then show you to your other partner who's going to be racing today with you.
I don't have any.
Alright, fair enough. Hey, Sadie! Sadie, can you come down here? You hear some footsteps come along, and from one of Alex down a bit actually further down the hallway. There are about 20 odd people in this general open space area. Thenar is massive. I cannot state it enough. But you see another humanoid figure walking down. Someone of actually human origin, a female person with a large amount of cyber augmentation on them, especially around the facial area. They seem to have a mask completely attached to their face. They come on down and they stand by Carrigan. Right, so
how does she hear him?
cyber ears. But yeah. What happens here is that Carrigan sort of just passes him back and says, "This is gonna be Sadie Danzel. I believe a good friend of yours, right? Right, Angie? So you are actually gonna be racing today. Sadie's gonna be keeping an eye on you a lot to make sure that everything is a-okay on your guys' front. And I think aside from all that, things are gonna be pretty good. Just want to let you know that this is Sadie. So if you do happen to find a car, try to give them bit of leeway. Try not to slam into them. We don't want any rivalries or any issues going on in the team. Isn't that right, Sadie?" He just sort of gives a nod. Klein,
Yeah?
can I have you roll a theory check?
Theory check. That's just.
Yeah.
Oh,
You need
God.
to roll higher than your number.
You mean higher than my number? That's 5.
Yeah? Roll a 6.
Roll 1d6, right? That's not
No.
5.
Look, you're looking at Sadie. You're pretty sure you're gonna be friends. They're not looking at you weird in any way, shape, or form. I think you're gonna be fine. You should definitely go and introduce yourself and as Angie and shake hands.
Oh, okay.
Sadie's just giving you the eye up.
Sadie, I'm Angie, of course, but you already knew that. How's it going?
Okay.
Hmm?
It's fine.
Fine?
Yeah. No, it's fine. You said you're Angie?
Yep.
Right. Okay. This is, confusing. As, I could have sworn Angie, wasn't a, skeleton. But, okay. No, that's fine. That is, completely fine.
I think I've always been a skeleton.
I'm sorry, what is that? My, implant, fucked up.
I think I've always been a skeleton, actually, and I think just maybe the cybernetics are confusing you.
Okay, fuck it. Roll me a roll. If you can tell me why it's chaotic, I will let you roll chaotic.
It's chaotic because I could just say I'm Klein and get it out the way with, but I'm doing this purely for fun and no other reason.
Fair enough then. Give me a roll. See if you can try to persuade that you are actually always a skeleton. You just gotta roll lower. Perfect. Yep. Sadie sort of keeps looking you up and down, goes, like, they're looking. You can at least see 4 in their faces, Wilson. So while they are wearing a mask, it's almost like the, like the wrench mask from, like, Watch Dogs, but, like, a lot more expressive. Like, different, like, pixels going around, like, different expressions with that. So
Right.
you are getting a bit of a quizzical face go around, but...
Okay, well, that aside, I look forward to racing with the both of you.
Yeah, I look forward to racing with you again.
Yeah, again, right. Yes, no, again, again, perfect.
Again.
Again. Right.
Just stop saying again.
Again.
Yeah. Again.
Listen.
Again.
Again.
No, this isn't a time for everyone to say again.
Oh
Again.
wait, we ain't saying again.
No, we're
No,
not
no,
saying
we're
again.
not saying, we're not saying
Again. Oh, okay. All right then. So after that sort of very awkward encounter, Sage and
I'm going to go back to my car. Pablo, can I chat with you in a little bit? Once you're done with the briefing and everything like that, I just want to catch up pretty quick.
Yeah, it sounds incredible.
Pablo, actually, I'd like to chat with. No offense, Angie. I'd like to introduce myself to the new racers, you know?
Yeah. Of course, the new racer. Yep,
Yeah,
I need that.
the new racers. Yes. Pablo?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll chat to you when I'll chat to you when you're leaving. It's fine. I'll see you out on the race then. Best of luck, the two of you. Bye, Angie.
Bye.
and Sadie just sort of walks off.
Bye, man.
Carrigan just sort of looks and goes, "Man, she's not usually that awkward."
I hated that
Oh,
so
well.
much.
It's love. I'm calling it.
Yeah, that actually made me physically uncomfortable. I
I
hated
felt
that.
like she was like shutting you down.
Why would you do that? That's so rude.
You gotta keep pushing for it, man. Gotta keep pushing.
Jesus
Look,
Christ.
you're one lying about your identity, okay? I'm just the one reacting
You
to
already
it.
pushed to make it awkward by keep saying again.
Yeah.
If you confuse,
Do that.
if
It
you
was your
confuse
conscious
her,
choice to do that.
if you confuse her, just her face turned to a buffering sign.
Exactly, yeah. Exactly. That's actually what she did before she left. But anyway, with that all being said and done, Carrigan sort of turns to you and goes, "Well, I guess with that all being said, there isn't really too much else to really brief you on when it comes to our paddock area. We obviously have our own recreational facilities if need be. We have our own, personal chef. We can call upon them if you are particularly famished around here. But when it comes to resting up, we do actually have you in a relatively well-rated hotel. I believe it's being rated 57 stars, so it's actually pretty good when it comes to the actual, 67-star rating system around here. So we got you sorted, don't you worry. But unless there's any other questions about race or anything else about Thenar or anything you'd like for me to ask about Miss Sonan about, I think we're pretty good here."
Yeah, you said that during the race they'd take
Hmm.
photos at certain corners in buildings?
Well, it's generally just residents in the building. So, put it this way. Imagine the tallest skyscrapers that you see, right? There's usually a road through there. Now, there's also roads that just go all around them. So, you'll be going around some skyscrapers sometimes at 90-degree angles. You just gotta bear it in mind. There's obviously going to be people in the buildings, but the light barrier should stop you from crashing into the buildings. I do put emphasis on should. It has happened before and it was quite a tragedy.
Guess we can make it work.
What?
No, just continue, please.
Right. Well, there isn't anything else to continue about. That is just how it is. Any other questions about the racing itself, or can I get you anything else here? Can I forward on anything to Miss Sunan, or
What's the track like? You said it's gonna be like really like windy and
Yeah. So, as I said, you're going to be racing in atmosphere on a very well-developed area. So, whilst you're not going to be seeing many hazards, it's just much more of returns are being built around the city. So, it isn't going to be quite as natural. So, whilst our normal cars aren't going 1,000 kilometers an hour, they can generally manage returns a lot better than your 1,000 an hour death machines. Just bear in mind, you might want to consider a few little brakes here and there. I know I hate to say putting on the brakes, but you might want to consider it unless you want to die.
right.
But, don't worry about it. I'm sure you got it covered. I'm not a racer. I'm just the guy who looked at the track.
Do you have any knowledge on the hover technology?
No, I'm just here on Stilnan's request to make sure you lot are situated. I looked at the track. I know bare basics about it. I'm sure that you'll work it out. I mean, I could probably get some copies of the track sent over to you if need be, but there isn't going to be... I'm sure you don't need, a entire paint.net version of it where you need to track your position on each way, since it's a lap-based system that we go off of.
Okay.
Yes, paint.net is still active thousands of years in the future. It will never die.
Just so effective.
It is very nice and effective, you know. I've always said that, but you know, everyone else just really doesn't like it. I don't know why. Like everyone's always like, oh, you know, use yourself a better one, like this fucking like K2000. I don't care about it. I want the basic. But
It's gonna die.
Conversation ending at one
it's not
point.
gonna die.
It's gonna die.
No, it's not.
So
Anyway, anything else I can help you with, or should I leave you to it?
can I call an engineer to my pod?
Yeah, sure. We got a few repair bots. Hey, repair bot 2648. Can you help out Pablo here with the car? What's the issue?
Can I ask him to check the status of my hoverability? My hover.
Your hoverability.
Yeah. How strong can it hover off the ground? Like the force.
Well, I mean, we can test that right now if you just start up the engine really quick.
All right.
All right. Yeah, no, we're here. Yeah, start up the engine. So the bot goes about and start up the engine, and yeah, it hovers to about the 10 feet that you usually expect.
Can I make it any stronger?
We would not
is there
recommend
like a
hovering
knob
it
or something?
stronger.
Is there a knob?
No, it's more of a limit of the gravity rip engine itself. I'm very surprised if your car, Angie, actually does, hover above 10 feet. But, I'm sure it will.
Okay.
Right, yeah, I mean, look, I'm not a mechanic. I just see these things race, and I know they usually float about the 10 feet area, so I'm sure you're fine. I mean, you know, we take very good care when it comes to transporting these cars around, so, you know, we even had a mechanic take a look at these before they were sent in. So as long as you haven't broken anything, then it's perfectly a-okay.
I haven't broken anything, okay?
Perfect. In that case, we have no
point at
issues.
him. And I want a goddamn knob on this thing for the hoverability. I know what
Yeah,
I'm talking about, okay?
But it's hovering. You see right there, it's literally hovering. It's 10
I
feet.
want more hover.
We can't have more hover. That's against regulation.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but I know my regulation at least. If I don't know my racing, and I know what regulation is, if it goes
Can
above
I-
11, that's an
Can I,
immediate
I want a
disqualification.
knob so I can turn it down during the race.
I mean, I feel like you need more of the other things in it, like safety measures, well, the ejection seat, and literally the steering wheel. There isn't enough space to put in a knob.
I want a knob.
Well, we can get you a knob later, but for now, you gotta race tomorrow. I'm sorry, but that's all we can do right now.
God damn it.
If you had told us in the future, like, you know, in the past, then we could have definitely gotten this sorted for you, but we can't have a knob for you to float lower.
Okay. I want that for next race after this.
Right, I will totally make a request about being able to change your hoverability.
Make sure they understand.
Right? What? So, do you want to hover more or less? Like, I don't get this. Like, do you want to hover like higher?
I want to choose
like,
in between how high I can hover off the ground.
I mean, I can see the regulation on it, but I don't know if it. I think it has to stay at 10 feet. I'll make some calls. I'll make some calls.
Thank you.
Hoverability, right? Okay. They start jotting down some bits on a tablet. Angie, please tell me you don't need anything, do you?
No. As long as it works like it did before it got here, it'll work fine.
All right, perfectly fine.
I want a drink.
What? You're a racer. You know what you do. What do you mean you don't know what you're doing?
I want a drink.
You want a drink? What do you want to drink?
Oh, water.
All right, we'll get you a water. You sort of see them go over to the tablet again, scroll through a few bits, sort of tap on one bit thing, scroll again, and hit another button, and in about a few seconds, a small floating dinner plate about 11 feet up, which then floats down to about 6 feet, then down to about 3 feet, comes over and presents itself to you.
Thank you.
All right. Is there literally anything else?
No, not for now.
All right. Well, I gotta go, and I'll see you tomorrow, cause I gotta update Sunan about all the information going on here. I gotta update your profile, Angie, as apparently there's been some miscommunication there on our part. So I'm terribly sorry about that. Oh, yes, on our part, I do apologize. But yeah, no, we'll get this started. Anyway, I hope you all are having a good day, and we'll see you later. Hopefully you do Thenar proud in tomorrow's racing.
Alright.
Alright, you have my number if you really need me, but only call it if you absolutely necessarily need me. If you do need water, there is a tablet on the side. Like, there's a tablet you can just, you know, scroll through. It's fine. It's got the latest version of Deliveroo on it. It's good. Anyway, I will see all of y'all later. And Kerrigan starts to walk out, leaving you alone in your own paddocks.
So you were bullying him for fun, right? You didn't actually need him to go get the water that's like 6 feet over there.
I'm 100% serious, my friend.
Yeah?
I need
I
my
was
water.
serious. Can you pass me his number? Because I definitely want to prank call him later.
I don't.
You do have his number. All of you would have Team Ranger's number.
Yeah, I'm gonna
No,
prank call him.
you would have a number as part of the protocol that racers need to have a contact. And while it isn't Sumnan's number, it is Kerrigan's number.
You should get that robot chick's number.
The
She's
robot
into you.
chick?
She's so into you.
Me? Do you hear what you're saying?
Bruh, I don't think she's buffered on her face for that long for someone else.
You
I'm
know,
really
notice how
not into
awkward that...
you!
Well, I mean, that just clears up for you. Thanks for making
Damn.
it more awkward,
She's
by the way.
feeling like a giant here. It's just like, what the hell is that range?
Yeah, I think you should stop talking.
It's called
about that.
cybernetics! I can hear you very far away!
Maybe if you turn down the cybernetics.
I'm listening to my engine! I can't help it!
She is
Pablo,
an engine.
I'll send you some stuff later, okay? I do not appreciate what you just said to me. I'll send you after a race.
Okay.
I wonder what she'll be sending you later.
Bruh. You got to be joking now.
There's going to be a complaint to HR.
He's...
There's going to be a complaint to HR.
Damn, Klein.
being targeted.
Ladies mad.
Alright, is there anything else you would like to do as well in your paddocks? As if you would like to, I can accelerate the time to when you want to rest the fuck up the next race. Just let me know if there's anything else you want to do in the hangar area before we go to our leaving the hangar bit.
Is there anyone else around that I can bother?
All the other paddocks, whilst they did have races in them, are starting to vacate, especially after the very awful conversation that you had. You noticed that they probably left a few minutes ago. They sort of just got their machine sorted out and just quickly left. They're like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna be a part of this shit.
I cleared out the room in my awkward conversation. Oh god.
Yes,
Oh.
you did.
Why is this the part? Whatever. Okay, I'm done with this paddock. I got nothing else to do here.
Alright, fair enough. Are you just walking out and going to the city?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Pablo, what are you doing?
I am going to walk into the city and look for a knob.
You're gonna look for a knob.
Yes, or a lever, or something for
Okay.
horribility so I can shove it in his face.
I want to remind you, this would be technically deemed an illegal mod for no good reason. And also you have no money. Unless you would like to go dumpster diving for just a random old, like, switch that you can just shove in and hope for the
It
best.
could be a light switch, I don't care.
Alright, you know what? Give me a chaos check. You're gonna go dumpster diving.
Yes.
Yeah, roll lower. No. Yeah, no, you didn't roll lower. So, you know, you're dumpster diving, you're looking for what you can find. You don't really find anything, unfortunately. You find a button. Like, you do find a button, that's really all you get. You don't know what it does, it's literally just a button with a metal casing around it.
Oh, does it not have any wires coming off it?
It has some wires that you could probably plug in.
Can I do that?
Do you want to insert a random button into your machine?
Yeah, and attach it to make it more horrible. So that when I press it, it goes up higher.
This is just like a shitty lamp, but you know what? Fine, do this. But
Yes!
I want you to know this is going to be a disadvantage, and I want it to be a chaos check. Because if you can somehow jerry-rig a button to make your own illegal mod just on the pure whim of changing the hoverability of your car, then you fucking deserve it, but you need it at disadvantage. So give me 2 rolls and take the lowest. Well, highest, I mean. My apologies. The bad one. Oh my fucking god, you actually... You're rolling the chaos here, so you...
Huh.
It's a thing. I've got it.
You installed a button into your gravity rip car.
I can hover higher if I press it.
You basically have low, medium, and high settings.
Yes.
Now, I'm just gonna say this is gonna be classed as an illegal mod.
Yes.
Let me make up some stats.
How visible will it be?
You're literally going higher and lower. It's gonna be very visible. So the visibility is going to be a 4. So you need to roll lower than a 4 if you're using this to not be kicked out of the race. And the breakability is going to be 2.
What if I find a way to make it so I don't go up higher?
You've already made a button for low, medium, and high. You can do that next time. For now, you've spent about 3 hours making an illegal mod that just makes you a fucking lowrider.
Yes.
You also, just because of how well you rolled there, I'm just gonna say as well, you are able to like make one part higher and like the other part lower as well. So like, you know, you can do like hydraulics, but like, you know, space hydraulics. You basically have that as a mod. It has no benefit to you aside from perhaps style later.
Oh, hell yeah.
This is always moddies. Yeah.
Bro, I have so many ideas which I could do with this.
Yeah, so I guess just check as well. You have just made an illegal mod. Now, I need to refresh myself, as I do believe, my apologies, when it comes to illegal mods, you need to roll higher than the number. So you need to roll a 5 or a 6 whenever you're using this mod to not be seen. And you need to roll higher than a 2.
Does the scenario matter in which I use it?
If you just say you're using it in the race, then you need to roll.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you now have that. Klein, you have no idea what just happened, but something just happened.
Well, why has he done this?
I don't know, but we'll soon find out. We'll soon find out.
It's a method to the madness.
Indeed, it usually is.
Pretty sure it's just madness.
But I ain't gonna fucking ban it. Fuck it. If he kills himself with it or gets kicked out of a race, it's a blessing. Anyway, Klein, you're going to the city, right?
Yep.
Okay. Looking for anything in particular, or just looking around, seeing what you can get?
I didn't come here for any particular reason. I just didn't want to be in the paddock anymore.
Fair enough, then. Alright. You're sort of walking around the city. You know, you're taking a look at things, you're getting an idea of what you can get. It's mainly suited for races, but you generally assume that if you want anything, you could probably get it. Also, if you have the crits for it, you could probably get it too. You just do sort of take a look at your wallet, and you do notice that there currently is nothing in your account. However, one of the things you do notice is that you see a somewhat familiar figure coming up to you. This figure is wearing a quite large sort of trench coat in a very dark grey with a matching fedora. You notice like a small cigarette trail as well coming out of their mouth. They immediately start to lock eyes with you, and you hear the voice of Klein! Buddy, it's good to see ya. Wow, what a coincidence that we have just met each other out here. You remember old Samson, don't ya?
Of course I remember old Samson. What are you talking about?
Ah, it's great, it's great. Samson does not look that old at all. He looks perfectly just like how you saw him. A good old skeleton. Perhaps not quite as infernal as you, but certainly a skeleton who may or may not be a part of something. But Samson sort of brings you in for a hug and sort of like, well, you see, it looks like we're all moving up, eh? I'm moving up my managerial position. You're moving up your own race. You're in the major leagues now, aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah, good. You know, I always had a feeling, if you catch my drift.
Was it those bad puns of yours?
Yes, indeed. That's actually got to be an issue sometimes. But, you know, that aside. Klein, you know what? This is such a great coincidence, but I want to chat with you really quick. Can you come with me for a sec?
Sure, no problem.
Alright, sure, yeah, follow me. We need to go somewhere a bit quieter. city out here is a bit bright. You sort of get led over to one of the many alleyways, as every city has some shady areas. As sort of walking through, Samson just kicks out one of the homeless people there and says, "Get fucking beat it," and they immediately walk out. But you're now alone with Samson, and Samson pulls you close and say, "Hey, look, usually I'm not quite as friendly with previous clients, but I think we really struck a good chord as the Skeleton Council really helped me out with this one. And put it this way, I've got a job, and I can't be involved. I can't have any member of my underling organization be involved in this, but we do need someone who is a part of this Gravity Rip League involved. Are you interested?"
I'm always happy to do a job.
Perfect, good. Well, here's what I'll tell you. You probably already met him, but do you know the name Sadie Danzel?
Yep, I met her recently in the paddock. Had a very awkward conversation with her.
Yeah, a little birdie told me that as well. They also told me that she might have been clocking on to the fact that you're not who's expected.
Wow,
So,
how could she have gathered that?
I wonder why that a skeleton is coming in and replaces completely someone different who is currently unaccounted for. But, look, as you can probably imagine, we can't have no loose ends about this sort of thing. When we do a job, we like to make sure things are sorted. So, we want you to just help us out with something here. You'll be funded very much for it. Here, I'll show you what you're getting for this. They start to pull out a briefcase and they open up before you 6 volts and 2,200 crits. Look, all we need you to do is, they also pull out another package, a bit smaller than the briefcase, but you open it up and you see a strange mechanical device with a few little bolts on it, and there's a few different machinations to it. You can't quite make out what it does do, but you're looking at it, it definitely doesn't look like a normal modification for a car. Look, all we need you to do, alright, get this onto your car, whatever side you want it, and we need you to get into a physical altercation with this Sadie, and using this, you can attach up a button to it, it's fine. I just need you to plant something into her car is all,
Right.
Don't worry, you'll be perfectly fine. It's very low visibility. I really doubt you could fuck this up. It will probably break though, bear that in mind, but all we need you to do is just get close to her and, just give her a little love tap, That's all you gotta do. And, the money's yours. How about that?
That should be pretty easy.
Yeah, you in?
Yeah, of course.
Lovely. In that case, we will see you after you've completed your task, because we definitely want this task completed, and I'm sure that you will too. But hey, look, good talking. Maybe another day we can get a drink or something, but for now, I've got to dash off as I have some other clients to meet up with. But Klein, it's a pleasure to see you, mate. We'll catch you later.
Pleasure to always steal your money.
Indeed it is. Don't worry, there's still plenty more money to steal in Crater City. And I plan to be taking much more of it. Catch you later, Klein.
See ya.
Samson walks away, leaving you in an alley. Now, you don't have the briefcase on you, but as you know with previous dealings, you will get it, as they will know about it once the job has been done. But that is a possible side job for you. It's up to you if you want to share any information, but this is something that you know about.
I did.
But aside from that, anything else you want to do?
It was 2,206 volts, right? If I do this correctly.
Yeah, 2,200 crits and 6 volts. So crits are more used to spend things on, and volts are more focused around vehicle upgrades, but you can convert crits to volts if you want to. I believe the going rate is 2,000 crits for 1 volt. But crits are also quite useful if you, want to spend a bit of capital to grease some palms, so to speak. Or just buy general things.
I need to go talk to Blackski because he probably is gonna do something stupid.
As if he hasn't already.
Based on the conversation I witnessed earlier, he's probably gonna do something stupid, and with me on this side job, I kind of need him to not be stupid for one race.
All right, wait. Tell you what. You head on back to the hangar, and you see Pablo riding the car on top and just jostling about, riding it like a bucking bull, basically.
You
Like
having
flipping
fun
the
there,
switch on and
Pablo?
off. Just flipping it on and off. It's going up.
Yep.
And down.
You're just flipping
know
it on and
there's-
off.
When did you make your car do that?
I like jump up and run up to him. Don't tell anyone.
I mean, there's no one here to see or to tell, but okay, anyway. I've been given a business proposition, and I need you to get at least 10th, because earlier we were told that one of us needs to get at least 10th, and I don't think I'll be able to get 10th if this shakes out badly, so I need you to focus on this race here.
Oh yeah, I've got this new thing which will help me get there.
What new thing?
It makes my car go up.
But how does that help you go forward faster?
Well, you see, as I was thinking about this, the problem will be for this thing would be corners. And of course, as I want to be going fast, I'm thinking I could ride the corners round instead of go up on the side of the wall and go around.
But didn't you say that the light barriers don't work sometimes, and you might, crash?
Yeah, but if you up the hover ability, will give you more oomph to get away from it, so you won't need to brake as much.
Okay, and this is a perfectly legal mod, right? There's no way you'd get kicked out, because that wouldn't be good.
I just finger gun him and just wink.
Okay. Maybe we shouldn't use the mod to help you go around corners faster in the eye of the public. Maybe on the darker corners and
Yeah,
not
inside a building or
seen
something.
places. Yeah, maybe use it on those specifically and not out in the open.
This is an
Yeah.
herb world as well. If anyone's going to see something, it's going to be on this race.
Oh,
Oh,
Christ.
I want you to bear that in mind. Well, you might get like a +1 modifier to your acceleration going around the corner. Yeah.
Okay, well, I
you
just
know.
need you to be really careful here, because you're supposed to be a smart one, right? Use the brains to not get caught using
that is
this.
smarting. Smart.
It is smarting. It doesn't feel with a lot of confidence.
Listen, alright, I don't need to brake on the corner. Don't worry, I'll get higher than 10th, okay?
Okay, that's all I asked for.
Don't worry.
Alrighty. With that, is there anything else you would like to do, or would you like for us to go over the night and have you rest in your rooms?
I've got nothing else to do.
No?
Pablo? Do you want to make any other random fucking mod?
Stick stickers on the Switch.
You can stick a sticker on the Switch. What sticker would you like?
Power mode. Yes, that's what it says on the Switch.
Okay. The Switch now says power mode.
Yes.
Oh my god.
The visibility has not gone down, because it doesn't impact how well you can hover or not.
Okay. Can I stick a sticker on it?
Yeah.
Below it. Below the Switch.
Okay.
Which says waiting factor.
What?
Waiting factor. As in wait.
Okay. It doesn't do anything.
Don't
But
worry.
sure.
It's stickers, it's fine. I'm done.
Of a
Yeah.
child.
Yeah, no, it's fine. You also get a sticker stuck to your head.
You see, I've got a plan,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
If they see me,
Mhm.
I'm going to say it's like a waiting factor. So I put all the weight on the left side, that's how it turns it.
Right.
Yes.
Perfect. In that
Because
case,
that's legal, right?
well, what is interesting about your plan is that you assume there's cameras in the cockpit and not just general drones outside checking for possible illegal maneuvers. But,
Okay.
that's all said and done, so, we will go to the night section. Unless there's anything else you really want to do, I will say that you can get to your hotel rooms quite easily without the possibility of being stabbed. You actually have some very nice rooms. They're definitely king-size beds, and you got your own little living area, an ensuite area, a snack bar fridge that you actually do need to pay for. So you have no money right now, but if you just want to raid it and act like a rock star, you can. But
Rate it and put
unless
it on the company's tab.
is that what you do? You just leave a
Yep.
memo saying put it on the tab?
Mhm.
Okay, you eat about 20 space Snickers and you eat 14 Satsumas, and also you drink about 2 bottles of Chardonnay.
Whew.
Quick snack, you know.
Yeah, just a quick snack. You don't know how it stays in you, but you just know it does, even though you are a literal walking, talking skeleton. But, you know, you just know that you don't see it go back through, so you're probably fine. But you then just leave like a little like note on a napkin saying leave it to Thenar or Callaghan.
Yeah, I do Callium specifically.
Alright, you put a note saying leave it to Callaghan. And you leave their phone number. Which you do have, I will say, because, you know, each race has their own manager's phone number. So unless there's any last bits you want to do before we go on to the next day, now is your time.
What hotel? Like where are we right now?
You're in your hotel rooms, you know, just relaxing. Like, if there's anything you want to talk about, like with Flair about like any characters' routines before going to bed or anything like that, this is basically your time.
No, I don't have anything.
Right. Fair enough.
I drink a glass of milk.
Fair enough. Any type of milk in particular, or just a random milk from a random animal?
It's the milk from the bosporus animal.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's
No,
got
that's a popular
15
choice.
udders.
Mm-hmm.
It likes to sit around all day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's caught grazing on wild trees of birds.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very rare type of milk.
Yeah.
It's got lots and lots of lumps in it, you know, because
Yeah,
of those bones from the birds.
Yeah, sometimes it gets
Yes.
confused about it being curdled, but it's actually just a
Exactly.
part of it. That's one of the things about that milk. It is actually quite hard to spoil due to that fact, because there's a large amount of
Exactly.
calcium content in it.
And my mum, you know, got me into drinking that. She forced it down my throat
Yeah,
because, you know, I grew up on that planet, which it was alive on.
yeah, exactly. Was alive. The milk,
We
they've been dead for ages, but you got so much fucking milk of it, and it lasts so long, it doesn't matter.
We don't actually milk them. We just cut open their udders.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
You just do a C-section and get out like a milk baby, and then you kill the
Exactly.
entity, and you get milk.
That's what makes it so pristine.
Exactly,
Fresh
and that's
from the udder.
that's space,
untouched.
baby.
Oh my god.
Anyway, with your cool, refreshing glass of whatever the fuck that animal was called, milk, you all
about
get
you?
ready. Yes, that. You're gonna need to write it down for me at some point, so I'm not gonna remember it. So, with all that being said and done, you all get ready to sleep for your night, and you wake up ready for your races. As you all get ready to get over to the hangar, the area is buzzing with energy. As you even walk by some of the other hangars on lower areas, you notice some of the racers scrambling for that, as you can probably see heads and tails of who may also be racing with you. You see machines of all types, large and small, all different types of races. But as you go up to Thenar, everyone looks at you, because you are now the hotshots, as you are on the most expensive and usually winning team. But you end up in your hangar and things are quite calm here. You obviously got a few bots servicing the vehicles, but aside from that, Carrigan is also about getting ready. As soon as they look at you, they wave you over like, "Oh, hey, yeah, just getting some last bits sorted. Y'all ready for the race?"
Yep.
Alright, good.
Yep.
I already briefed Sadie. Sadie's gonna be looking out for you when they can. So don't be surprised if they do end up somewhere around. But yeah, no, okay, we're all started. Your race will be starting about an hour-ish, so I highly recommend getting into your cars and getting ready. But unless there's absolutely anything else you can really imagine of, like a glass of water, then I think we're good to go.
Please don't ask for another glass of water.
Did you get the request of my hoverability?
No. Believe it or not, we were not allowed to allow that because it is deemed a very illegal mod, as there was actually a court case about it, a few hundred years ago, where the person who was found doing it was actually tried for death.
Death?
Nice.
It was
What do
a
you mean
very big
knife?
thing. It was a very big thing as well. So, like, the fact that they were able to use that hoverability, they actually were able to go over some aspects of the track, you know. And whilst it was already a minor advantage, it was also just a disgrace. As for God's sake, they used the goddamn button too. They didn't even like put in like a dial or something. Like they used a button, like one of those old time lamps where it was like dim, medium, bright. They use a
Did it have
button.
stickers on
Who
it?
uses a button?
I need to pull Pablo
No,
aside.
I don't think they did. Why?
Oh.
I need to talk to him specifically about racist stuff. You wouldn't understand.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. All right, well, get in your car in about 30 minutes at least, though. Because you'll be teleporting over soon.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Pablo, I really think you shouldn't use this mod at all in this race, especially on a track with such visibility. For them to see you doing this thing that will result in your death.
It's fine.
What do you mean it's fine? How are you not panicked about this?
Panic is for chaos people.
Jesus Christ.
If you think it through, it's actually very logical how you can get through this situation.
How's he the logical one?
Oh yeah, or a funny thing about the death as well, they're actually done an old-fashioned quartering as well. It wasn't just a simple execution. It was really dirty. They actually used their own vehicle.
Stop talking and let us prepare for the race.
No one cares, Stephen.
I just thought I'd let you know. My name's Kerrigan.
Who cares, Stephen? Just go away.
What? I'm just trying to help and give you some trivia.
We need to prepare for the race, please.
All right. I guess I don't know fucking anything.
Really don't. Okay, please don't use it too often. Maybe once or twice max this race on the less visible corners, even though the track is visible as hell.
Don't worry. Okay, I'll make sure that it'll be nice and slick. You know, you can get some nice maneuvers. You know.
And remember to get above 10th. Okay. That's all.
What are you gonna do?
I just need to also aim for 10th, but I'm got a big car, so it's probably not gonna work out as well for me.
All right. You just block the people behind you.
Yeah, that's the plan.
All right, cool.
I need to also attach that thing that my friend gave me to the car as well.
Mm-hmm. You'll definitely have enough time for it. If you want to spend some time to it, I'm not going to make you do a check for it. It's actually well streamlined as well, as it also actually matches the color of your car, which, what is the color of your car again?
Orange.
Orange, yeah. So it's actually somewhat blended in. It's a slightly off shade of orange, but it could easily be mistaken as just like a piece of paneling on it. So you sort of get that bolted in and you get it ready. Just out of curiosity, what side do you put it on? Like front, back, left, right?
I put it on the front left. I put it on like my bumper on the front, where one of the lights would be on the left.
Gotcha, fair enough then. Yeah, so as your lights are on, it's quite hard to actually see it. But, that would be the positioning of it, so bear that in mind if you are trying to use it. But you get that attached, and no one's really looking at you doing it, so you reckon you're pretty okay about it. Just to remind you, the device is a low visibility but a high break risk. So the visibility for it is a 1, so you only need to roll above a 1. However, the breaking of it is a 5, so you need to roll above a 5 in order to not have it break on you.
Okay.
But that is the mystery device. Anything else you want to get in?
I don't have anything else to do.
Perfect. Pablo, anything else?
No.
Right, in that case, you will get into your vehicles now. Bear in mind that the Gravity Rip races are obviously very streamlined, so inside your actual cockpits are usually quite cramped, and it is basically a Faraday cage for anything else, as all you really have is a manual steering wheel and any communications from your team. So you can have communication with each other and Kerrigan, but no one else. You can also probably talk to Sadie if you really want to.
Okay.
But yes, with that all being done, how about we get rolling? So, to determine your position on the track, I want you to roll a d20. I'm going to roll my own d20. And, okay. So if you roll a d20, I will then get your positions on as need be. And we will begin with the race.
I rolled an 8.
Alrighty.
Pretty good.
Interesting. Okay. Could I get your roll as well? Okay.
Whoops.
That's 60-20.
That's 60-20.
The first one he rolled was a 1 though.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's take that.
Just take the 1.
I feel
it was
like
the first one he rolled, so you should just take the 1. I don't really know.
Well. Okay. Now I'm.
Take the 1, Khaos.
Come on.
Take the 1.
Okay. Let me think here. If you. Do you want? Okay. Now, on an honesty standpoint, do you want to take 1 over 13?
Oh, it's not my question. It's a Pablo.
Yep.
I'll take 4.
Oh, okay, you'll take 4
Okay,
then.
you
Fine.
take 4.
All right.
Compromise. I'll compromise.
All right, fair enough. I was also going to take an average of them, but no, that's fine. Already. All right, you will take 4. So, with that being done, let me just check something really quick. Actually, hold on. Okay, sorry. Can you just talk really quick?
Yep. Talk.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, sorry, I was just making sure. As I was just checking my audio, as I think there was some issues I was having, but no, we're good. Right, perfect. So, you all get teleported to the track. Now, as mentioned, you are on an herb world. You're in a large, sprawling metropolis. You see many skyscrapers all about. You see cars going below you as well. The light barriers are actually done weaving in between the buildings as well, so there are even some at quite a strange angle just to get by. This is definitely going to be an interesting race that is going to be quite a test of skill. But with Thenar, they are known to race well and race proper. So, we will start to get ready with the race, but is there anything else that you would like to get off your chest beforehand?
Where's Sadie starting? Do I know that? Can I ask her via the comms?
You know, funny enough,
Ooh.
actually, you don't even need to look at the comms. You notice that Sadie is actually right behind you.
Oh, in 9th.
Yeah. Sadie rolled a 9. So, whilst the mod is on the front of your car, you could easily... I will say one of the actions you can do is retreat.
Yeah, that
if
was
you
the
ever do feel
plan.
the need to. So, yeah, anyway, with that all being done, the lights come on and they get ready. And as with normal racing style, they are only 3 green lights this time, but instead it goes 3, 2, 1, and the race begins. So I now want to hear from our dear friend Pablo. Since Pablo, you are in 4th. As the race goes off and you start your first lap, your overdrive engines are currently on a lock, so you cannot do any overdriving right now. You can only either advance, hold, or retreat. What would you like to do?
I hold.
You want to hold your area. So when you're holding an area, you need to roll your d6 plus your weight. And if you're successful, no racers will be able to lap you. But if you are unsuccessful, someone may be able to lap you. So this is the idea of whether you want to waste an action or you want to try and hold it for anyone else. Do bear in mind that if a racer does try to go in front of you, then you can allow them to if you would like. So what'd you get there? Okay. Wait, just check as well. Your weight. What is your weight modifier?
It's 0.
Oh, it's 0. Okay. Yeah, now, here's the thing as well. It's not just a roll like that, because when you fight the pack does fight back. So I also need to roll a 1d6. I'm rolling it on the Actually, no, I'll roll it here. Fuck it, why not? Actually, no, I'll roll it on the other thing. So you're... No, fuck it, I'll roll it here. I don't care. This is a pretty easy number for you to see. So roll 1d6. Yeah, they're getting by you. You are trying to hold your position in 4th, but you are noticing that there are people coming in front of you and behind you, so you're not really doing that great of a job trying to hold people back and trying to keep order in the pack, but you don't think you're losing any slots right now, at least. Obviously, we don't know what happens until Helicam phase is over. But what we will now do is that we will now move on to our dear Klein. Now, Klein, the race starts and Sadie is right behind you. You don't know how far they are going to go, but... it's up to you in how you want to act.
Well, since she's directly behind me, I can have a look at her car to see if it's more weight or speed orientated, maybe.
Yeah, what I'll say is that when you look at Sadie's car, it is a machine that, whilst not as chunky as yours, is still more leaning towards a weight side. You reckon that it's got a relatively base level acceleration?
Mm-hmm.
That is what you see from Sadie's vehicle, at least. You know a bit of, like, you know, the heft. It's got a decent bit of heft, but not as good as yours.
I think I'll advance.
You want to advance? Alright then. In that case, you need to roll 1d6 plus your AC, which, in this case, is -1. Unless you would like to retreat. Because you never know if Sadie's going to have an issue getting through. Alrighty. Well, okay, so you roll 1d6, then we take off a 1, so that is going to be a 5 for you. Now, just remember, when you fight the pack fights back, so we are going to roll 1d6 for the pack. They rolled a 6.
Oh my god.
Well, now here's the thing. You can bear in mind, now, this is just a pack fight back. So, whilst you have a 5 and they have a 6, if you want to burn any integrity, you can. You are a chunky machine. You can burn off a decent amount of integrity. and try to bring back those places. So it's up to you if you want to.
Can I burn integrity on the first lap?
Yeah, you can burn your integrity, it's just that you can't overclock, is the thing.
Ah, okay.
So it's up to you if you want to burn some integrity here.
Can I burn integrity to take 2 positions?
If you were doing that, you would need to burn 3 integrity. So yeah, you'll basically be slamming against a few races, but you can definitely go up 3 positions if you want to. Right, would you like to do that?
I think I'll burn 2 integrity and take 1 position up.
Right, you take 1 position. Fair enough then. The racing that you have is quite tight right here. You're relatively in the middle of the pack, so there's a lot of issues coming around from that. But you are doing pretty okay in holding your own. And you do actually seem to move up a tiny bit, which is good. However, for now, we have Sadie's turn, as Sadie is technically a rival, even though they are, and should be, your friend. So, let's roll their stats and see what they do. Okay. Interesting. They start off with this much. They are going to do this. Okay. Yeah. Klein, you are driving, and as you move up 1 spot, you do actually notice that Sadie is also taking quite a bit of a licking from a pack. And funny enough, it's so much of a licking that whilst they don't quite intend to, they actually do push you back 1 and instead take the spot that you're currently in.
Perfect.
They roll. There were some very interesting rolls there, but they also decided to burn some integrity to get by. So, here is what happens at the end of Headicam phase. Pablo, you have tried to hold your position in 4th, and while some races have got in front of you and some have gotten behind, you haven't lost any positions. Klein, you haven't actually gone anywhere either, as well as you've tried to push forward. Sadie actually pushed you back into 8th, and Sadie is now in 7th, just ahead of you. They sort of give you a thumbs up as though they are trying to look out for you. So, with that being done, we will get on to our next stage of the lap, which is our maneuvers phase. So we will start to the person who is at the start, and that is you, Pablo. What would you like to do? There are 3 actions you can take here: overtake, slam, or block.
Overtake.
Right, fair enough. So, would you like to know a bit about the racer in front of you?
Yes.
Alrighty. The racer in front of you, I will say, is a racer driving what is known as the Ace Werven. This is a vehicle that is definitely somewhat chunky, but is not completely immovable. So, whilst it still looks like it could probably accelerate a bit, it is very much still a bit of a weighty machine. But, you know, it's up to you what you want to do. So do you want to overtake this?
Yeah, I'll go for it.
Alright, fair enough then. So, in order to overtake, what I want you to do is, what's it called? I want you to roll your d6 plus your AC, whilst your opponent will roll a d6 plus their weight. So, let me do that. Okay. Alrighty, oh, okay.
Oh no.
Roll again.
Roll again?
You matched, so I want you to roll again. Because you basically got the same sort of score actually. So as you're sort of trying to overtake, you clash for a little bit, and in this clash is now deciding what is going to work here.
Oh.
Oh, and you are going to just scrape on by the hair of your head. Because describe what happens here. Yeah, describe what happens here. Tell me what happens.
He tries to block me, and I fake going one way, and I suddenly turn out and go around him. And as I drive past him, he's got a slow-mo shot of me just finger cutting him, and just go on past. And he's like there, just smashing his desk, just in rage.
Indeed. You know, you wouldn't have thought that an AI core can somehow show rage, but you do actually see like a sort of robotic arm, like sort of slam the top of their dashboard. So that's going to be quite interesting in how they might respond to you later.
Alright.
Alrighty, interesting. So let me just make some notes here really quick. Okay. They are this thing, the of Alrighty. So, let's now, what is Sadie going to do here? Make finger guns cool again. Oh dear. But yeah, anyway, so it is now Sadie's turn. Sadie is actually going to Sadie is just going to try and hold their place. They're not exactly going to be trying to block you, at least, so there's not going to be a roll that's needed, as they'll happily let you go by. They're just generally trying to hold their place for you, Klein. So you sort of see, like, Sadie just, like, not exactly, like, trying to keep you out of it, but just, like, generally keeping a lookout around, looking ahead, and just looking about. What would you like to do, as it is now your turn?
Is it a left or a right turn that's coming up? Or is it like the corners coming up? What's the track look like?
Okay, so I would say at this point right now, you are currently going up on a minor left turn. Basically, the track kind of slopes a bit as well to like try and get around a bit more. But there is a bit of a slope around it. But there is a left turn there and Sadie's in front of you.
Can I fake taking the corner wide by accident and try and do like a yank at the end of the corner to turn left and hit her with the weird device?
You can...
Like an accident?
You can definitely do that. Now, before we do a slam attack, actually no, let's do the slam attack first. Roll your d6 plus your weight, and I'm going to roll my d6 plus my weight. So, let's go ahead and do that. Do bear in mind... Oh.
Did I do it wrong?
Hold on, no, sorry, I was just about to say, if you can... Yeah, hold on, before you do a roll, I do want you to bear in mind, you can use your radical bonus if you would like to. This will give you advantage on the roll. So if you feel a need to do it, you can do it.
Do we feel good with the odds?
It's up to you. I mean, your weight is pretty...
Your free weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can do a 1d6 plus 3. Yeah, it's up to you.
I do have free weight.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'll just keep the radical.
Okay, fair enough then. Alright, then roll it.
Am I doing it wrong? I'm tapping.
You need to /roll 1d6 plus 3.
Oh.
Yep.
I'm very good at technology, as you can see.
Yeah, no, don't worry, it's fine, don't worry, it's all good. So if you just do /roll 1d6 plus 3, that'll be your weight modifier adding in as a plus 3. Okay, we will wait for you to roll that, and we will see the results. So this is going to be an interesting one.
Hey, 8. That's pretty good.
Okay, yeah, no, that is
perfect.
very good. They rolled a 4 anyway, so... Alrighty, explain what happens here, because actually, before you do, roll me 1d6. As this is going to see if the device is noticed, as you are trying to plant this on, or well, use it, so to speak. So you need to roll higher than a 1. If you roll a 1, this will be noticed and you'll be taken out of race. Alright, you're not going to be taken out of race. So now what I want you to do is roll another d6, as this is going to see if it breaks. If you roll higher than a 5, it won't break, and you can maybe even study it in the future.
Higher than a 5?
Yep.
That's pretty not good odds, but I'm gonna succeed anyway. Nope.
Nope. Right, so the device is going to break, but you are also going to be able to plant the device. Now tell me what happens here. How are you doing this?
So I fake like being bad at racing and turn right because I don't know the track layout when actually it's a left.
Alrighty.
And then upon realizing, quote unquote, that it's a left, I yank left and hit her bumper in the back right with my weird device.
Yeah, perfect. One thing I want you to do as well, indeed, because here's the other thing about a slam attack. Whilst you do the -2 integrity anyway, I also need you to roll another d6, because this could be additional damage. That or they fall back a position. So depending on how much damage you roll here, yeah, she ain't taking that. She ain't, no, don't worry, she ain't taking that. As you slam in, it is a deep impact, which is probably the reason why your device breaks. As you sort of hit that, they sort of spin around a bit, and you sort of hear over the radio a very distressed, "What the fuck are you doing?"
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for that.
Jesus
I thought it was a right, but it was a left.
help you! I was trying to help you! I was seriously just trying to help you here! And when you slammed me? Really? What the fuck? Right behind you, okay? Look, you get 1 million, but you're on thin ice, okay?
I can pay for damages, I swear. It's fine.
Oh, really? You're gonna pay for the damages, are you?
It was
perfect.
no, I swear.
Man, that's brilliant. Yeah, no, sure thing. You know what? Fuck you.
They just cut off comms, but they are now behind you because they are not taking 6 integrity, as they are already on 6 integrity.
Oh, I rolled a 6. Why did I?
Yeah.
Why did I have to roll a 6 there?
You just swap positions.
The rolls
so,
are too good.
Yeah, you did well there. You did very well. Let me change these positions really quickly. Alrighty. So. Alrighty. Oh yeah. You pushed forward, didn't you, Pablo? So you overtook the guy, right?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Sorry, I just need to adapt that really quick because I forgot to do that. Alrighty. Perfect. So after this maneuvers phase, the overclock drives are now available as you hear an audible click go off in your car. You are no longer locked, and if you want to, at the start of an action, you can burn integrity to improve your odds at accelerating or doing anything weight related. So whilst you are burning off integrity, you do add a modifier to it. But for all intents and purposes, Pablo, you are currently in 3rd position. Klein, you are currently in 7th position, and Sadie is currently in 8th. And Sadie is a bit pissed at you, but you know, and shit gets rough.
Fine, I mean, I have 2 identities already. I can just pretend to be someone else. It's fine.
Yeah, no, it's perfectly fine.
Yep.
Anyway, Pablo, what would you like to do? Was this now lap 2?
I'm gonna overtake.
Alright, you want to overtake? Do you want to overclock anything?
What's the car ahead of me like?
Okay, so this is not maneuvers, this is just a straight roll of d6 plus acceleration against the pack, which is my d6.
Oh, okay.
So it's up to you if you want to overclock and add anything else to it. This is just like a general idea of like where you could be in the pack.
How many laps are there, sorry?
So this is your 2nd lap, there is going to be 1 more lap after this.
Oh yeah,
So it's helicam maneuvers, then another helicam and maneuvers. Alright, perfect.
Does
if
it
you
take
like,
1 integrity?
It's as much integrity as you want to stick on.
Right.
But bear in mind, this is basically, at this stage, it's probably more like buffer room, since you could technically roll it immediately anyway if a pack roll is low. But this is going to be like buffer room in case you didn't make it.
Okay.
It's up to you if you want to burn integrity. If not, you can just roll it with your acceleration.
Is it plussed on to how many integrity that's taking away?
Yeah, it's, so let's say you take away 2 integrity, you're going to add 2 to your acceleration modifier there. So your acceleration modifier is a 0, right?
My what, sorry?
Your acceleration modifier, is it a 2 or a 0?
It's a 2.
Oh, okay, if your acceleration modifier is a 2 then all you gotta do is just, it would be +4 if you were burning 2 integrity, for example.
Oh, okay.
It's up to you, would you like to overclock?
Yes.
Alright, you are overclocking. Right, in that case, knock off 2 from your integrity. And we will now do the pack roll, because if you fight pack fights back. 1d6. Alrighty, interesting. I don't even need to argue it, unless you would like any other reason not to, you can move up to 1st place.
Oh, nice.
I won't sugarcoat it, you can move up to 1st, because the pack rolled a 2. So
Can I
you
finger
can
gun
easily move
every
up.
guy who I pass?
You can definitely finger gun every guy if you really want to.
I'm gonna finger gun every guy and wink
All right.
every single time.
You finger every guy there. Right. Fair enough.
I'm gonna wink as well. Don't forget about the wink.
Yeah, you also wink at every guy there as well, alongside the fingering. So, you know. You may be getting a bit of a reputation here, but you know what? That's fine. You now...
Finger guy.
Indeed. Yeah, you blast ahead. You finger your way to then be blasting ahead. And,
I'm phrasing it like that.
You are now... Currently there is no one ahead of you. But, you know, we can all see what happens once Helicam phase ends. Klein, it's now your turn. What would you like to do?
I need to get away from Sadie. I need to just go as far up as possible.
Okay, fair enough then. So you're going to advance already. Bear in mind, overclocking is a thing you can do if you would like to. Would you like to burn any integrity to get ahead a bit?
I have 11, I took 2, I'm a 9, nah, I believe in the rolls.
Alright, fair enough. In that case, roll your d6 and I'll roll my d6.
I don't believe in the rolls.
You literally rolled a 0 there as well, because you didn't even add it in your -1.
Yeah, I rolled
Yeah.
0.
Yeah, no, I think even with that...
It's almost like the universe is trying to make me be as
Maybe you'll be
uncomfortable with
safe at the
Sadie as
back.
possible.
Maybe also be safe at the back of the pack.
The pack rolled a 2. Like, yeah, no, you're not moving at all. You're trying to fight back. Nothing is really happening for you. Nothing is letting you go by. You're having a really hard time as you're maybe a little bit too focused on trying to get away, and some of the 90-degree turns are really messing you up with the sheer size of your vehicle. As well as it does take up a large amount of track, there's still some parts cars can get around. And whilst it is a lumbering beast, it is still the fact that cars can get around, and nimble ones can especially get around quite quickly. And now, speaking of other cars that could get around, let's see what Sadie does, shall we? Because Sadie would also like to advance. So we are going to roll this.
It's like the
Alrighty.
universe is a contempt with me having as bad as a relationship as possible with Sadie.
I mean, you know what? Things happen. You know, you can't control it, but hey, shit happens sometimes. Wow. Yeah, no, they aren't going to risk it either. Sadie also is having a rough time, so at multiple points during this stage, you're both like sort of racing around each other. You are very much well invested in the pack. Sadie sometimes goes ahead of you go ahead of Sadie by 2. Sometimes Sadie goes behind by like 3. But by the end, you're still roughly in the same position. Because at the end of the helicam phase, Pablo, you're having no issues. You're able to finger gun your way ahead to first position. However,
Yeah.
Sadie and Klein, you are still in your respective 7th and 8th positions. Whereas you have not moved at all.
I haven't moved once this race.
No, you haven't moved.
I've just been in 8th this entire race.
Yeah, you literally slammed someone out the way, so,
At least
you
you're
know.
both 10th.
I'm the most boring racer on this track.
I mean, hey, you slammed someone, which for a Thenar Operable person is, pretty
Yeah,
interesting.
but it looked
but,
like an accident, right? That was the whole point.
Yeah, it looked like an accident, but it's still like, oh, damn, they fucking slammed. You know, it's like that sort of thing. Like, oh, damn, they made contact. Like, Steven gonna have a fucking field day with this one. You know, it's the sort of gossip that comes around. But, anyway, we now get to maneuvers phase. Pablo, what would you like to do? You can't overtake. You can't really slam, but you can block.
Sure.
Right, fair enough. In that case, you are going to need to do a 1d6 plus your weight, and someone is definitely going to be trying to overtake you.
Yeah. Okay.
And do bear in mind that if someone is trying to overtake you and they fail, you can attempt a free slam on them if you'd like to.
A free slam?
Yeah. Now, would you like to know anything about this race behind you?
Sure.
Fair enough.
I'll know this guy who's who I'm gonna finger gun twice.
Right. Yeah. Funny enough, it's the same fucking guy that you finger gunned in 4th. I did a few rolls.
Seething with rage.
Yeah, they are seething with rage, and they are going to try and overtake you in this. So let's see what they do. As whew. Okay.
Is it a 1d6 plus weight?
It's a 1d6 plus. Let's see.
Can you not use your
1d6.
acceleration to like stay up front?
You have to use your weight in this one. Only in holding as a helicam phase can you use your acceleration. But this is just pure weight, as this is a 1-on-1 situation. So you need to roll plus your weight.
My weight is 0, so it's 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this right now. They rolled a 6. So
Looks like someone's getting a second finger in.
yeah, here's the thing. You are going to go down a position as our racer in the Ace Worthen as an AI core is now ahead of you, and you see some glee. You even notice as well on the back there's like a small panel of their car, and they basically have set up a small mocking version of the pixelated finger guns with one of the bullets curving around going back into your own head.
Oh, don't
And
worry.
they are now ahead of
It
you.
will come back round to their head.
Indeed.
So I'm in second now.
You are now in second, yes, you have been overtaken. So, Klein, what would you like to do?
God.
Sadie is behind you, as someone in front.
She's behind me, so I'm in 7th.
Yeah, you're in 7th, what would you like to do?
Can I just see if Sadie's calmed down?
I
on the
mean,
comms, or she's still offline?
Sadie ain't talking.
Oh God.
They're kind of pissed.
Why is that the roll? I had to get a 6.
I don't know, you force them back a position.
Can I let Sadie go in front of me and hold behind?
Not really. It's either an overtake, a slam, or a block. If you want to try and overtake a person in front of you, you could.
Yeah, I guess I'll just go for overtaking again.
Right,
Because
fair
I
enough.
have nothing to do, really.
Alright, the person in front of you, I am going to say, is a vehicle that's much more of a speedster. So, you don't need to worry too much about them trying to hold their own. It's just you got to worry about the fact that your acceleration is not good. So you need to roll 1d6 plus your acceleration, and I'm going to roll for my own car. Okay. Yeah, 1d6 minus 1, and we will see what you get.
4.
You know what? That'll do it. So basically, you see this speedy kind of car. It's a red, sort of a bullet-shaped kind of car. You can't quite see the name or the person in it, as it's all blacked out kind of windows. But tell me how you're overtaken.
Is it... What kind of corner is it?
You're actually in a straight right now.
Mm.
At this point, you are in a straight. While you're getting ready to go around, like sort of like meandering kind of curving bit as you go around the park area.
I'm gonna like steer straight at him as to like hit him, but just move at the last second as he like cowers that his vehicle's gonna get hit and they can't take much damage.
Yeah, I will say as well, the vehicle is at least somewhat a little bit damaged, so they see you accelerating as well, and bear in mind you are in a bit of a behemoth. You do see them start to turn to the left, so you are able to easily overtake them on the right. And you move up a spot. Alrighty. Sadie, what are you going to do? It would do the same thing. Sadie would also like to try and advance, so they are going to try and advance against this very same person who has actually quite a similar kind of car with this kind of thing. So okay, they're in a pretty similar situation to you, which is funny enough. So they're going to roll that, and we are going to roll one of these.
What do you mean, similar situation?
The idea that they are more weight based and they're trying to do something accelerating, and the person they're trying to overtake is more acceleration based, when they need to defend against something weight based. But
right.
Sadie's keeping her own here. Sadie also takes advantage of what you did as the other racer sort of still keeping to the left for a minute. Sadie is also able to just come up on one of the meanders as well, and then firmly insert them back behind you. Sadie is now in 7th when you are in 6th.
Can I pretend on the comms, even if she won't reply, that I meant to do that for her sake, even though I
mean,
didn't?
If you want to talk, go ahead. They can hear you.
Yeah, use the opening I got there to come overtake this guy.
Just do the goddamn race. We'll talk later.
Mm-hmm.
Oh damn, she's mad.
Yep. Very.
She still has a crush on you, man.
I don't think that's the. I think you should get off this line. Actually,
She is. She's playing hard to
Are you
get.
saying this over the lines by any chance, Pablo?
No.
Alrighty.
Is this your goal for today? Just try and get Sadie as annoyed with me as possible.
Nah. I'm matchmaker.
You're a matchmaker.
Right.
God bless.
Dear. Yeah. Anyway, we now come to our final lap. This is basically going to be very much getting to like the last few corners to the ending sprint as an idea of like how the race is. You've gone around and even through some of your fair share of skyscrapers, but right now you're in a fairly clear area. But Pablo, this is your last moment to do something. Would you like to advance, hold, or retreat?
This is my last moment.
You are going to have a maneuvers phase, but this is your last lap to do a helicam phase. This is now when it's getting from ultimate. What are you doing?
He needs a serious fingering.
I mean, it's a sentient AI core, so it doesn't have a gender, but yeah, sure, you need to think of the AI core.
I do need to think of that.
You need to think of the AI core. Yep.
Yeah. So obviously, I'm going to go fast.
Alright, then are you advancing?
I've got 6 integrity left.
Yep.
I'm going to use 3 of it.
Alrighty. Alright, so you're going to use 3 integrity, and you are going to burst it through. Alright, mark that off.
+5.
Yep, roll it. because needless to say, you're probably going to get this unless you roll terribly and the pack rolls brilliantly. Oh yeah, no, you got this.
Oh.
Yeah, no, you've got this fucking completely. Yeah, explain what happens here, because you
so is this a
overtake
straight,
it.
or is it?
You're going across some bends and you're getting over to the straight now.
All right.
Tell me how you
like,
overtake this and probably the
So-
guy in last.
Right. Okay. So there I am, like stuck behind this guy. He's like, I'm very close behind him to the point where I'm almost touching his back. I'm so
Mhm.
close to him, to the point where I see that he messes up on a corner, and like I quickly go out round, and on that last corner I go speed up beside him. I'm
Yep.
like just looking over at him, just like nodding with a smile on my face and going, "Pow," with my finger gun. I just speed on, just like zoom into the future, basically.
Yeah.
Try and meet up to this guy and go right behind his bumper as well, going last.
Fair enough. Yeah, alrighty, you overtake them, and weirdly enough, you don't expect it, but you actually do hear something come over your intercom. Now, usually these are Faraday cages, so you're not quite sure how, but you do hear... You fucking bitch! I will tear out your fleshy esophagus!
Can I reply?
You can't. It seems to be a one-way thing. You're pretty sure it's maybe illegal what they did, but they don't seem to care. They are now in second, and you are in first.
Hell yeah.
This is the rankings of this right now, and boys, the maneuver's going to be interesting. As you have yourself a little bit of a rivalry here going. Alrighty. Now, Klein, this is your last telecam. What do you want to do? Do you want to do a big advance?
So, Sadie's still directly behind me.
Sadie is still directly behind you.
So I guess I'll try and go forward to get away from her again.
Alright, fair enough. Advance. You're rolling 1d6 plus your acceleration unless you want to overclock. Or if you want to use your radical bonus as well. Bear in mind you can do that.
Now, this time I for sure I'll actually roll good.
Alright, you're not overclocking or anything? You probably have the integrity. It's up to you. This is going to be one of your last moments. You know, the actual impact of your position is not going to change too much in the next bit.
We should overclock.
Is Sadie in front of Klein?
5 and 9.
Sadie's behind.
You could just slam on your brakes.
I could say. No, I don't want to place her more. No. That's
You could retreat if
not
you
the
want
plan.
to.
But I also want money.
Wait, what are you doing here?
I think I'll overclock twice, probably.
Alright, then. Alright, scrap off to the integrity as a few more plates come off. Now, accelerate beyond and add that to, yeah.
So roll
Usually you have a
-1,
-1, but now you're rolling a +1.
minus
because
1
you are...
plus 2.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just +1 at this point.
Oh, I just put -1 plus 2.
Alright, fair enough. Don't worry. Go for it.
But it doesn't recognize that.
Yeah, just do +1. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Maths.
Maths?
Yep, quick math.
Quick math.
Alright. Alrighty. I'll say this. The pack rolled a 1.
Oh,
So-
thank
Oh.
God.
Nice.
Yeah. Now, I will say, if you would like to burn through that 1 as well, you can move up 3 slots.
Yeah, I'd like to move up 3 slots.
Alright then. Mark off another integrity. Out of curiosity, what is your integrity right now?
7 out of 11.
Alrighty.
Did a lot of
Interesting.
damage.
Yeah, but you know what? You still got a fair bit of integrity. You got more than Elmo did.
Also gonna
So,
get paid quite a lot, so it's fine.
Yeah. You start accelerating yourself up, and you do start to see Pablo's a fair bit closer, and you also do see another car, the Ace Worthen, which is not quite as chunky as yours, but definitely seems interestingly intertwined with many technological doodads and parts that are combining. You actually also as well see like on the back of it now, like a old style like red stop sign, just on the back of it, almost as though it's trying to fool you. But you know, you're now in this general area. But Sadie has one more thing they would like to do. They are going to do this, and they are going to try and get better.
Please don't tell me she was moved up to directly behind me again. No, she didn't. You're joking if you think that's what's gonna happen.
Okay,
No.
I'm just saying Cheese can confirm this, but Sadie overclocked by 3.
Uh-huh.
They rolled a 6.
Yeah.
and the pack rolled a 6.
Oh my.
So she can move up 3 slots.
So she's directly in front of me.
She can be directly behind you, or in front of you, or even first.
Wait, she'd be first.
If she wanted to burn some integrity, she could, but no, she's not going to. She's going to keep at least something. She's going to keep something. She's going to keep something. 1, 2. She is right behind you again. She is right behind you again.
She went behind me on purpose.
Ooh.
No, because if she burned any more, she'd be in a danger zone. But she now has enough integrity to at least be able to survive one more thing. But
this has to be rigged. There's no way.
Cheese can see this. Cheese can see this Cheese can see this because I'm already missing 10 candles fucking thing as well. I rolled 2 6s.
I wonder what my plot of this story is going to be. It could be anything. It's going to be me having an awkward conversation with this one lady for the entire series.
It might be, but
So at the beginning, I tried to fool to be her friend from a long time ago before.
Yeah.
Which makes the relationship even worse.
Yeah. Your fake friends now trying to be actually somewhat civil, but then you just fucking slammed into them. You're frenemies. But anyway, let's say what positions we are in right now. Pablo, you are in the first position. Klein, you are in 3rd, and Sadie is right behind you in 4th.
Oh, great. Sick.
Now, what would you like to do? Because, Pablo, you're in 1st. You're just vibing. You could slam the
I'm trying to
person.
pay you to come back here and get between me and Sadie.
What I'm saying is that you can either block or even slam. Bear in mind that you haven't slammed yet, so you could technically slam if you wanted to.
Can I can use integrity to try and block, can't I?
You can use integrity for blocking as well, or you can use integrity for slamming as well.
Is this the last opportunity to do something?
This is your last thing. You're basically on the straight now, and you're all just putting pedal to the metal to try and get your way through. If you want to do anything right now, you can, but yeah.
Can I lose integrity by blocking?
If you want to lose integrity by blocking,
if they
you
hit
can
into me, will I use integrity by blocking, or is it just like...
Here's what it will be. So if you're blocking, you're going to be using your weight to it, and they're going to be using their acceleration. If they so what it is that if you fail on your blocking, the player so if you fail on your blocking, what you can do is you lose your slot. If you succeed on your blocking, you can attempt a free slam attack on the person. Then from there we can go into the slamming rules. So it's up to you how you want to do this.
Can I just choose not to slam them?
You can choose just not slam them as well if you want to, but if you want to block, you have to use your weight.
Okay. Can I use my integrity on that as well?
Yes, you can. How much do you want to burn?
Okay. What's the danger zone, quote unquote?
The danger zone... So put it this way. If you... Right now, they probably couldn't do too much to you, although I might put them in with one cheeky little roll. So if they did do a slam against you, they'd be taking 2 integrity away. Bear that in mind. You generally want to be in and around the 3 integrity area.
Okay.
I will say they are at least somewhat damaged as well. It hasn't been exactly a clean race for them either. They've taken a few nicks, but they're not nearly as damaged as some other races.
Screw it, I believe.
Right, you believe? Alright, what are you doing?
Oh no.
Alrighty. Well, let's see what they do.
Pablo ain't gonna be in 1st.
No, you gotta believe. You will be first.
Here's the thing. They've got accelerate, and acceleration is not their thing. However, they did overclock, and yeah, they rolled an 8. So yeah, they got an 8 with that stuff. Man,
no.
yeah, they are going to push ahead of you now.
Oh, well.
Unfortunately,
no matter what I would have done, I would have still got 2nd.
Yeah, and you know what? Let's make them a temporary rival. Let's give them a role they can do. Shall
Yes.
we?
Can I give them a nickname?
Their name is ATX. Attacks, as you may want to call it. Because they like to attack a lot, and just in fact as well, they are actually going to try and slam you, just for the sake of it.
Can I sue him after the match?
No, it was a gravity rip, baby. Alrighty, I want you to roll 1d6 plus your weight. You can overclock if you can, or you can use your radical if you want to as well. They are then going to go to this. So this is going to be an interesting roll. It's up to you what you want to do. Do you want to use your radical? Do you want to do any overclocking to shred some integrity? It's up to you.
Right, so the most I can lose here is 2. Oh no, sorry, more than that, sorry.
Put it this way: if you fail with slam, you will take 2. So like,
How
put
much
it this-
weight does he have?
it looks chunky, but not as chunky as Klein's.
Okay. That probably means it's like a 2. So if I match it.
Well, let's see what they roll.
So I'm on 1 integrity now.
Right, well, here's the thing. Let me check this really quickly. They failed.
Ooh.
So, here's what's going to happen.
Does he fail? Can I finger gun him again?
They failed, but here's what fucking happened here, because I made them go balls to the wall about shit.
Oh, I see.
They had 2 integrity. Now, here's the thing. They failed, so they take 2 integrity. They are now at 0 integrity. Now, here's what happens. As they try to slam you, they try to hit you against the side. They try to like slow down for a little bit, then show you a little bit more of their LED screen about how they are going to slam you into the light barrier and shred you into little pieces like a cheese grater. However, you don't really care too much about this, so you simply just push forward a tiny bit. And they themselves slam into the light barrier, and as they're shredding across it, I need to roll 1d6 to see if they can save themselves. Okay. I rolled that there because I want you to see this. As the car begins to explode and implode on itself, you notice a small ejection seat come out with a large mechanical sort of almost clockwork design in it. It is far from any form of humanoid or biological life that you've seen. It's almost like the old Turing machines has basically been racing this car. But it is now out of the race. And everyone moves up 1.
Can I finger gun him?
As he leaves, yes, you can.
Yes.
But now
you got it.
everyone.
I open the side window. You know, like lean out and just go finger gun him and just wink.
Yeah, fair enough. As you do that, you fucking bitch! I'm gonna tear out your esophagus. I already said that, but I don't care. You better watch where you sleep tonight, because I'm gonna rip you out tonight.
I wink at him.
I mean, they're out in the fucking stratosphere right now because they're fucking ejected. Everyone moves up 1 because that was the person first who let anger get the best of them. Bear that in mind. Attacks truly lives up to the name. They are unpredictable and you piss them off. You are now in first. Klein, you are now in second, and it's your turn. What would you like to do?
How did you... I'm just amazed at how that happened. You actually pissed him off so much that you got first when you wouldn't have. Oh, but I can't go any more
here's the
forward
thing,
'cause
they rolled a 1 on their slamming attack plus 3.
Right.
I already set them a general integrity that they would have, and then I basically put it all into it until it would be 2, and they failed. So, what would you like to do now, Klein, because you have Sadie behind you and Pablo in front of you?
There's no option. There's no correct option.
You can overtake if you want to.
There is literally not a correct move here.
Do you want to overtake if you wanna? You
How
can
can I overtake?
You can overtake, slam, or block.
If you hold, right, you have a very weighty machine. If you hold, then you should be better than trying to overtake.
But I have Sadie behind me.
Yeah, but he'll be alright.
I mean, look, it's up to you if you want to. You can try to overtake Pablo.
Think about it, right? I don't want to get up in your mess. I'm on like 1 integrity. Alright?
That's all more reason to try and overtake with Pablo, you know? It's up to you. How you want to do this. Do you want some more money? What do you want?
Can I ask Sadie to not overtake Pablo if I take third and she takes second?
Sorry, what was that you were asking?
If I ask Sadie to take second and not overtake Pablo in the first, and I have third.
You want to give yourself third?
I want to go back to third, let her have second. And I want to see if she accepts to not overtake Pablo. Because I will
fucking
just...
fine!
You will?
Fine, yes! Just... let me go by, and it'll be fine!
Okay. Thank you.
Whatever!
Yeah, I do that.
Alright.
I take third.
Pretty human
Alright.
reactions from a robot.
I know.
Interesting. Alrighty. You
I did
are
not
going
think
to-
she'd say yes to that.
I mean, you know, they're not going to argue.
I think she's just gonna take first anyway.
She
That could
can't, can
happen.
she? That was the last one, was it?
Well, Sadie hasn't
yeah,
done their
that
turn
was
yet.
it.
Oh,
She
okay.
hasn't done her turn, and now she's in
Just out of
second.
curiosity, how much integrity do you actually have?
I
I
have
have
7 left.
one.
You have 1.
Okay. Sadie hasn't slammed.
Oh no, I've done this. Oh god.
She's pretty fucking pissed at you, I'm not gonna lie.
But it has nothing to do with Pablo.
Yeah, but she's
She
pissed at
ain't
you,
mad at me,
Klein.
is she?
Okay,
Okay.
but I already said I'd pay for it. So
You know what? Roll me
oh
a
god.
chaos for a theory check.
Oh no.
If you can explain to me how this is chaotic, I'll let you do it.
Sadie's
But
gonna kill you.
I mean, what's not chaotic about the situation, actually? How is this
Just-
situation not chaotic?
just tell me how you'd explain to Sadie how you shouldn't slam into you.
I already promised that I pay you for it. If you slam into him, I physically just won't pay you. If you do this, I'll help you out in future races for like at least the next 3, and I'll just let you overtake me, and I'll not just fuck you ever again. And I apologize deeply.
Alright, roll a chaos check. Yeah, you'll be rolling at chaos, so you should be able to get this fine. You need to roll below your number. Yep.
Yay!
Alright.
Yay.
It takes a moment, but
Yay.
you hear over the, like, you sort of see, like, slowly starting to, like, slow down a bit. Then they come back to normal speed.
Speed. I swear to God, I will find out who you are,
You know,
and I'm going to ruin you. I know
Angie.
you're not Angie.
I'm Angie.
I spoke to Angie. I know it's not you.
I know I'm me because I'm me.
Don't bullshit me. I recommended Angie from my own personal interactions. I know it wasn't you. Now, I know Pablo can't hear us right now, but this is a close fucking call, and I'm tell you right now. I will make sure they know everything.
What's
You
there to
understand
know? Yeah, okay.
I know
Fine, just
you're not who I was expecting.
but it's what you got.
Honestly, it is the start of a good love story. She doesn't know who you are. She's like impressed by your skills on the track.
I think that's actually the least true about this
She
conversation.
finds out who you really are, that you really were Klein deep,
Mm-hmm.
and all along you're just deceiving her, and she falls in love with that fact because she's a cyborg robot who can hear everything from miles away, and only
Mhm.
pinpoint certain conversations when we're talking about her, and stuff like that.
Would you like to end
You
this
should
race?
bring this up with her, because if you bring this up with her, it might actually make her more mad. If you could not.
Or, you know, you could get together with her and you'd be like,
Yo,
you know,
I just
fellow
need-
racer on the track.
Would you like to end this race? Because this is now the end
Yes,
of a
yes,
race.
please.
Alrighty. You go across the checkered finish line, and let me tell you positions right now. Pablo, you are in the first position, and
Yes!
I need you to write this down, okay? Since I'm not going to write this down for you. You get 15 volts and 4,000 crits.
How
Right?
many?
15 volts, 4,000 crits, because you come in pole position, okay? And you'll definitely be standing on the pole
Cool.
position, you know, like doing all fucking champagne and shit.
Holding the trophy.
Oh yeah, you know, holding the trophy, like doing the champagne, all that sort of shit. You're fucking grand. Klein, you're also going to be on the podium at 3rd position. You are going to take 13 volts and 3,600 crits. Make a note of that.
3,600.
Yeah, 3,600 crits and 13 volts for coming in 3rd.
Okay.
You know, you could have gone 14 volts and 3,800, but you decided to be civil for once, which is interesting.
I already had the money from the other business, so
Mm-hmm.
it's fine.
Alrighty. Fair enough then. But after you do a bit of your showboating on the podium with a few different interviews and, you know, explaining your Thenar Operable positions, you start to come back in. And as your cards are teleported in, Carrigan is waiting, reading a newspaper, but I was a little bit surprised that the cards come in quite as quickly. You go, oh shit, hey, how you doing? Great race out there, fellas, really great race. You know, you did brilliantly. Like, Angie, you did brilliantly. Pablo, you did brilliantly. this was a great race for us, okay? This is really gonna get you on the board, so that way, Sunan is gonna be really happy about this as well. There was some close calls out there, and I'll get things moved over with Sadie, don't you worry. But yeah, I think things are gonna be just fine. Yeah.
Steven, I have a good idea for merch. If you're ever interested.
It's Carrigan.
Steven.
No, my name's Carrigan.
Okay, Steven, but I really want this like good merch idea.
Right. Well, with all due respect, you haven't quite got to the merch side yet for
it's only
you
a simple
guys.
sticker, don't worry.
We can definitely get a sticker started at some point,
can I
but
print them for myself?
I mean, we can get things talked about later once you win a few more races, but
Okay.
For now you're doing great. Wait, you guys also did some slamming, didn't you? You didn't do more than one, did you?
I only did one, and it was an accident.
Alright. Alright, good.
I didn't touch anyone.
You didn't touch anyone? Good. Well, legally
Scar tried to touch me.
Right, gotcha. Okay. Well, legally, I do have to pay you, Klein, an extra 500 crits since you did do a slam, even if it was on Sadie.
Oh wow, you have to pay me money? I guess I'll take it.
Yeah,
Hold on, what?
Look, here's the
Yeah,
thing. For every slam that is done, you do get an extra 500 crits, and if you do cause them to retire, that does involve 1,500. Now, we at Thenar, we don't like that too much. We see it much more as blood money that, really tries to get people up and at each other. Which is something we try to avoid, hence why I sort of said, at most one slam today, because, it looks a bit bad on us, so...
Who pays that? Is that the race committee? Or is that
yeah, it comes from the
guys?
race committee, as there's like collector cards and shit like that. The kids collect them all the time on like moments in the racing. So there'll be like a small moment about you crashing into a Sadie's car. That'll just be like a mini holographic card for you. So there is a small commission for that. So here, add 500 crits to your account. Since Klein, you did slam.
Nice.
Yeah. All right.
Where is Klein's beloved?
Beloved.
Klein's beloved?
No, he's talking about Sadie. He's got some weird fantasy. Don't ignore him.
If she's
Where
an
is she? Out
earshot,
of curiosity, I need to apologize.
if
Well,
she's an earshot, I'm gonna start talking to him, calling him Angie and stuff like that.
Sadie kind of already took their car out. I think we were visiting their family or something.
You have,
that's
you
a
have a
shame.
phone number, right? Because you are her manager, so you need to have a phone
Yeah,
number.
I got her phone number. I'm not gonna give it if
Steve, I
you're
need-
busy.
Steve, I need to just give me the phone number, Steve.
It's against policy for me to give another racer's phone number if they haven't agreed to give it to you.
You need to give me her phone number so she can agree to it.
No, you could have just asked earlier, but I legally cannot give you a phone number.
But I just need to call her once.
Look. You can
What
talk
if
to him
you
later,
call
okay?
something?
We're gonna come back tomorrow anyway. We're gonna talk about this stuff anyway. It's gonna be fine. So look, just ask for it then. It's good, okay? But
Okay.
look, celebrate. You got your podium positions. That's fucking brilliant. That's gonna get you out on the track right there, brilliantly. So you're gonna have a bit of a reputation already, and with a Thenar name, that's gonna be brilliant. Okay, trust me. Sunan will be very impressed with you. Now also do bear in mind we're gonna have our robots fixing up your car a little bit. So can someone here roll 1d3?
Go on, Angie.
Yeah.
Go on, Angie.
Yeah. Angie will roll D3.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 2.
Mm-hmm.
Middle of the road.
Add 2 integrity to your cars. This is basically the repair roll.
You're hurting, right? You on 1?
Nah, I'm just
He
saying
was on
this
1,
is.
wasn't he? He was on 1
Oh, yeah,
integrity, so
sorry,
now he's
yeah.
on 3.
You're hurting, so now you're on 3. Now this is just like a basic passive repair that I sort of want to get established. If at any point you want to as well, you can spend 15 volts to upgrade this repair to have it as a 1d3 plus 1. It's up to you if you want to do that at any point. We can definitely get that sorted. But after that sort of repair bots do this sort of thing, you get a little bit of repairing. But Carrigan sort of says, alright, well, if you want to get your cars repaired even more, just knock it in on the tablet over there. I got a few more calls to make, but hey, look, we're gonna have a meeting tomorrow, so we're gonna have everyone there, and we're gonna, discuss your positions and everything like that. Everything's gonna be fine. But yeah, great job, guys. You really did good. Yeah, just a small meeting, It's just to make sure that everyone's cool on, your positions. Don't worry, it's gonna be nothing bad because you did great. Like, the fact we got a podium position here from all of you is brilliant. That's a really good thing for us, you know? It really helps the reputation.
Mhm.
Right? Sound good? You'll just be in
Yep.
here. It is cool, don't worry about it. But,
Cool.
yeah, alright then. I'll see all of y'all later. I need to go and take these phone calls, and so Sudan is very happy. But, yeah, you got my number if you need me. Kerrigan starts to walk off. But, yeah, the, boats have already done a little bit of repairing just on their own, but if you would like to get it repaired more, you can spend some volts for it.
Yes.
Alright, now, what I've generally done is that I've made repairs a little bit easier, so 1 volt will equal 2 integrity. How many volts would you like to spend?
I guess. So, can I spend? So I'm on 3 right now. 3 integrity.
Yep. You can
Can
go
I
up to your
spend
max.
2 volts? That'll get me up to my max.
Sure thing, yeah. You can spend 2 volts, you'll get 4 integrity back. Righty. And so the sort of thing to mention about this tablet is that usually with most teams you have like a mechanic you usually talk to like get it fixed up. Thenar has it done to a T where there is a very simple service for you to simply put in your communications device from Babylonist Communications, and what you got to do is just put it in, and it will automatically extract how much you need, and it will get that sorted for you. So you put in your 2 volts, and the car begins to repair for 4 extra integrity. So mark that down. If you want to repair any more integrity, let me know. Klein, would you like to do any repairs?
Can I repair it once so it gets to max?
Yep, sure.
Just 1 volt.
Yeah, 1 volt. Okay, that'll be 2 integrity. So yeah, sure. Mark on that 2 integrity.
Can you
take
spend
off 1
half
volt.
volts?
Unfortunately, you can't.
No.
So it's up to you if you go full or you leave 1 off. Or if you want to give your car a ding and then repair it. It's up to you on how OCD you want to be about it.
Klein.
Yeah?
Was that to Klein or was it to me?
No,
I think it goes to you.
no. It's up to you if you want to. Like if you want to spend a volt, you'll get up to full, but obviously you know it is technically a waste. It's up to you if you want to though.
No, I'll waste.
All right, fair enough then. But take off that 1 extra volt and put your integrity to max then. I'm assuming that you all are now at your max integrities, right?
Yep.
Perfect. Righty. Well, that is the repair section done. At this sort of point, we generally start winding down with activities. You know, you have your own like sort of things you go to. Are there any other things you would like to do before I sort of give our closing off kind of bit? Because now you got free reign for a while, as your next race will not be probably for about a week or 2.
I want to go find Samson.
All right, you find Samson. How you usually know about Samson? That Samson usually finds you. You don't find
Well,
Samson.
I guess
Okay.
you could just go around asking for, let
You-
Samson know, tell everyone that, and then eventually she'll come to you like, oh, so many
Yeah.
people told me that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's up to you if you want to go looking, but you
But
probably
that will
won't
be
find them.
annoying her into coming to you.
I've worked with him before. I know his kind of tells. I'll find him.
Yep. All right. Give me a theory roll.
Theory roll.
Yeah, because you're trying to think. Okay, if he was over here, be over here. If he was here, to be over here. It sounds more theoretical based, so you need to roll a 6. Yeah, that's a
Yikes.
shame. Yeah. So you go across over the city. You know, you go back to previous points where you have talked with Samson before. You don't really see them too much. But you do get a text on your phone actually. Because you were that close, I will say you get a text on your phone saying, "I'll be back later tonight. Just waiting on one thing, Samson."
Yeah. I guess I have to wait for him.
Yeah, the Skeleton Council have a very particular way about things. But
You want to do anything, Pablo?
What are upgrades like? What are there like any upgrades which I could do?
Upgrades to upgrade your actual vehicle's integrity, well, your acceleration or your weight will cost about 15 volts. Unless you can find a way to really hornswoggle your way in. But usually it will cost about 15 volts, but also if you had 15 volts, you can upgrade the repair drones. I would say as well, if you want to combine volts, you can do that as well. I'll be more than happy for you two to combine volts. If you want to upgrade repair drones, it's up to you.
I'll pay half of it to upgrade the repair drone.
Cool.
Right. It will cost 15 volts, so one of you will be paying more than the other. Just bear that in mind.
You won, so you have to pay more.
How
I mean,
many
I
playing
also
strings.
I also hondoggled for you to get first by asking her to not go to first instead of second. So I mean,
Fair enough. But Pablo
Right.
won that race by skill.
okay, well, whatever you
Alrighty.
say, buddy.
Okay, yeah, I'll pay half or more than half. The 8
Alrighty.
volts.
Perfect. In that case, you are paying 8. Klein, you are paying 7. And as you sort of put in this payment, you sort of get a thank you message from Malara Sunan themselves. It's a very much a recorded sort of message, but it's very typical, like, thank you for purchasing this repair or upgrade. Like, very typical kind of voice. But obviously you also know that isn't the voice of Malara, but whatnot. And you expect that by your next race, the repair bot's going to be slightly more effective. So, in the future, the repair bot's going to be rolling at 1d3 plus 1. Just a bit extra right there. So, yeah, mark off his volts, and, yeah, is there anything else you'd like to do?
What are crits for again?
Crits are just general spending money. They are probably used more for buying illegal mods, if you know how to get to illegal mods.
Right.
Unfortunately, you don't have a contact for illegal mods right now.
Okay.
And you probably get one through Thenar.
Did,
Hey, you already got your own.
It's I forgot the person's name. It was like Sadie. Sadie.
Yeah,
I
Sadie.
don't know why I forgot that for a second. Is Sadie's car here, or did she take that one to a family trip?
No, she actually uses her car basically everywhere. That's one of the things known about Sadie. They generally drive their gravity rip in 2 different modes. There's the leisure mode and racing mode. So
she's
they
taking her
generally
car
take, yeah, they're taking the car with.
So I can't inspect to see how much damage I did to it.
Yeah, unfortunately, no. You can probably assume though she wouldn't be going completely fucked up. She probably paid for it to be repaired, but remember she also got more crits than you.
Yeah. Well, I guess there's nothing I can do.
Alrighty. I guess with that then we'll get to our closing remarks. So, let's explain what happens here, because Samson doesn't get back to you until the early morning when you hear a little ding come onto your phone. And you do notice, Klein, that a payment has come through for, what did we agree on? 6 volts and 2,200 crits.
Yeah, I believe that was the agreed upon amount.
Alright, perfect. And you also just get, as a part of like the message note, mission successful. You then get another call a bit later on in the morning as you're all sort of trying to wake up. It's from a panicked Carrigan. However,
What?
you don't actually listen to the call as you're already watching the news. Due to a freak accident, Sadie Danzel has been killed, and their entire family.
Oh.
It appears that there was a malfunction with their car that caused the engine to explode.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
They are
God damn it,
currently
Klein.
having an investigation on races that are nearby. However, there is a large amount of suspicion on one of the races known as Pablo, as there is seen speaking to Sadie on multiple occasions and giving strange remarks. So it's likely there's going to be a formal invoice about the possibility of Pablo's involvement.
Huh.
They'll also be investigating the possible deal that was done to let Pablo get into first place, but that'll be another thing looked at. But unfortunately, Sadie's been killed. However, for you, Klein, at least, it's not too much of an issue because, at least no one's going to be, at least that won't be getting out.
I don't want to be that guy, but at least I don't have to pay her for the money now.
Pablo,
We'll leave you with that.
Jesus Christ.
Pablo ain't happy.
And that, Pablo, you basically get a few calls from Carrington saying, "We need to talk. What the fuck happened in that race?"
I
And
don't
we'll leave it
know.
there. We leave it there. Leave it on a cliffhanger because, oh boy, the Skeleton Council was certainly interesting.
Well, at least my bank account looks pretty nice.
Indeed it does. Indeed it does. Anyway, that was today's episode of Gravity Rip. For the team Thenar Operable, from great heights comes a great fall. What do you think of it?
I feel like I lost.
I mean, you just
Even though I won, I feel like I lost.
You're the one who planted a mysterious device, okay?
Oh, God.
But hey, it's not your problem. You got your money.
Oh no.
But
Next
yeah,
time's gonna be interesting.
it'll definitely be interesting. The next time probably won't be for a little bit, however, as I do want to give Gravity Rip a few weeks just to breathe, and then we'll get back to our more normal sessions now that we've introduced all of our teams, which is great. But yeah, hopefully you two had fun, and I'm very much looking forward to the future of Thenar Operable. Now that one of their star racers, Sadie Danzel, bit of a track idol, is now dead in a freak accident with their entire family gone too.
How did Pablo get blamed for it when I was? Oh my!
Their
How the
deal was
hell-
done, and Pablo got first.
Yeah. It's the ass kicking, you see.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you do too much ass kicking, you look too cool. People don't like
Mhm.
you.
You know, maybe you shouldn't have finger gunned literally everyone on the track.
Yeah,
Hey,
They
that's
might
gonna be my
fall to Ruger.
calling card. In the future, when I pass one, I'm like, going like, you know, I'll be like upside down, going above. Like,
And bear in mind, this
Literally
is
not an explode
yeah.
I'll drop like a
because of
card.
how angry he was
I'll
with
drop
you.
a card out the window, and the card will like go like on their windshield, and like, it's just me, a picture
This
of me
is-
just finger gunning them.
This is also excluding the fact that you've also pissed off a sentient AI core.
Oh god.
I want you to bear that in mind too. You know, you pissed off some people apparently because oh boy, this is going to be interesting for you.
Attack.
But
Interesting name.
indeed, ATX attacks. It's very much interesting in that regard. But anyway, I think we'll probably leave it there. Any other things you want to mention before we end? Because I feel like we are going to be at an end here soon. Any other things you want to get like done like off table? Like anything you want to just like get cleared up, or are you pretty happy with how things are right now?
It was pretty good, and I don't have any questions.
All right,
No,
cool.
I'm good.
Yep. Well, hopefully you had fun, and it's good to know that your
It
repair
was.
bots are also a bit more effective now, which is good. So they'll be rolling a +1 each time, which is great. So you at least get 2 in integrity every time, which is going to be nice, and it's going to be very important when we do actually come to our PvP races, and for the possibility of players being able to interact with other players' vehicles before a race. But anyway, that probably won't be for a while, as we do want to make sure that people are ready for it. As currently there's only one person here, I believe. Actually, no, there might be 2 racers who actually have got a car that's upgraded. You know, I want to make sure everyone at least has one upgrade to their car. But anyway, we'll probably leave it there. But thank you everyone for watching, and it's time to end off the stream. So, yeah, anything you guys want to say before we end?
Nope.
Finger
Alright.
gun.
Finger gun and more. Alrighty. Alright, see ya everyone. Bye bye.